cuties. If no one has told you already today, I want you to know that you are resilient. For those of you that are new, welcome. I am Gem, and in today's reading, we don't have a specific color, so I'm just going to ignore the daily color section. But if you'd like to help choose next week's color, follow my Instagram at gemsforcheap, where I will post a little poll on my story and be like, hey, what color should we do this week? So yeah, follow me there. In today's pick a card reading, we are going to be discussing whether you should stay or go. So this could be in a friendship, like whether to stay friends or not to be friends. This could be in a relationship, whether to stay in a relationship with this person or to leave this relationship. Could also be just any like relationship or connection you have, like for example, whether it's like between two cousins or brother and sister or family related things, whether it's a job related connection or things like that. It could be any connection, between any connection. That's what I'm trying to say. So with pick a card readings, I usually say an intro talking about how you could view them, and I always say, quote, as long as you take what resonates and leave the rest. I want to emphasize that take what resonates and leave the rest, because I've been seeing messages of people upset in my comments or confused in my comments, being like, the whole message, the whole reading resonated really well until the very end, and there was a weird wacky message that came out of nowhere. And so I just wanted to clarify, even though I'm kind of frustrated because I feel like I clarify in every, intro of my readings. I always say take what resonates, leave the rest, and I always talk about those two things, take what resonates, and also warning, I am a very candid, honest, brutally honest person and reader. So if those two things, if you don't want to hear like something that may, upset you, you may not want to watch my reading. I always say that in the beginning of my reading. So I guess I just need to clarify a little bit more. But so the first thing with the resonation, I just want to clarify and tell everyone that these are general readings. They're not personal readings, so not every single message you see in the pile is going to resonate. This is a pile made for several people to view. So there's going to be a lot of messages in there that may not resonate with you. And if they don't resonate, that's why I always say, leave it. Leave it behind. Ignore it. Just ignore that message. That message was meant for somebody else who watched this pile. So that's with the whole resonation thing. If you would like to have a personal reading, I sell them on my DEPOP account. I have all my decks listed. You could pick whatever decks. You could buy a deck and be like, hey, can you use this oracle also with it? It's only $10. It's a 20-minute video. It will be listed, unlisted, posted on my YouTube with only views. You will be the only one able to see it for your eyes only. And you could watch it whenever, forever. It will be on my YouTube forever. So if you're interested in that, check it out. Now on to my next disclaimer. I wanted to talk about the candidness and the brutal honesty. I know that I could come off pretty mean, and I'm really trying to work on that, especially when it comes to sensitive topics or with me being a little bit harsh on a person. I know sometimes I do my readings and I'm a little bit harsher on the other person, and I need to stop doing that, and I'm trying to work on it. But also know that even if it's a reading just about you, I'm not going to be rainbows and sunshines all the time. Even when I see something that may be concerning, or if I see something that may need to be worked on, I will include it. I will talk about it. I don't want to Maybe I could work on trying to ignore those messages. It's not always about fixing things. So that's something I'm working on. But like I said, I just want you to know that I read candidly. Maybe I'm just not your reader. If it's too much for you, maybe watch someone else. I am perfectly fine with that. I want you to be happy. I want you to be happy with your readings. Maybe I'm just not your reader. So yeah, I really like to, the thing with me is I'm here when you need the truth. I'm here when you need the full transparency. I'm here when you need the honesty. I'm here when, it's like, that's the best thing I feel that I can give to you, is being fully transparent. Every little thing I see, I want to be transparent about each person. Yeah, I feel like I'm over-explaining. I felt like a little bit off today when filming this reading, just because I felt like when people don't understand me, I tend to over-explain. That's just like a coping mechanism I have in my life, something I've dealt with my whole life. So I need to stop over-explaining things, so this will be the last time I ever talk about them. Also, another thing, I don't want to focus on the negative things. I love you guys. The ones that send me the most nice, sweetest, I usually, 90% of my messages are sweet and kind and loving people, and I love all of you. All of you guys ignore everything I just said. But for the people that do reach out and be like, hey, like, you know, talking about the honesty or the brutal honesty, or talking about how things don't resonate, those messages were for you. All right, that's the last time I'm going to say it. We're going to move on from here. Let's hop right into the piles. So for pile 1, we have, also I just wanted to say the readings are a little bit rough. I know, I'm sorry that this video might not be the best, because I'm kind of like this reading was kind of rough for me because I'm overthinking everything because of some of the comments. So and it's because I'm a new YouTuber. I'm not really used to getting like this. I know negative feedback is good because then I, change for the better and I improve, and I appreciate that, and I'm trying to improve. I'm just a little bit off right now because I'm overthinking everything I say in all my readings. So, let's hop into it. Pile 1. This pile is someone who has blue eyes, I believe. Okay, so I just had to double check. I think this is supposed to represent someone with blue eyes, I think. I think it's supposed to represent someone with blue eyes. So if you have blue eyes, or your partner has blue eyes, or whoever you're trying to ask about has blue eyes, this may be about that connection. Let's pull another one just to help us a little bit. Maybe we could pull a appearance card about the other person, besides this person, for pile 1. So we have like yellow skin, like yellowish skin color, so maybe more of like an olivey, like greenish yellowish tint to their skin color. They could be pale, but it's like more cold colors, if that makes sense. Okay, so now to the next one, we have pile 2. So this is supposed to represent someone with brown eyes, or more of like a hazel, maybe like hazily brown eye color. If that resonates, pile 2. Let's pull another one, maybe to help us. Something about the other person. These things are just folding. Stop doing that. There could be a necklace, maybe, that's significant. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say the necklace, because this card keeps folding. So there could be a significant necklace. Maybe this person has gave you a necklace. Okay, now let's do for the third pile. Please give us an adjective about the third pile, besides this person, the other person, appearance card for the other person in pile 3. Jeez, I don't know why that was so difficult to say. 2. Okay, we have like dad bod. Possibly someone who has a dad bod. Let's pull another one just because I feel like that wasn't really 1, 2. Oh, we could take this one, short hair. So someone who may have short hair length like that for pile 3. Okay, we are going to start off with pile 1. Hello, my beautiful pile 1s. If you chose the Fool card, this will be your shuffling section. I will shuffle your cards on camera. So the first thing we're going to discuss is you and them. So first we're going to shuffle some cards. Over here is supposed to represent you. Over here is supposed to represent them. So who you may be looking to leave, or whether if you should let go of them. So that's them. That's who them is. Let's pull a card that represents you, who you are. 1, 2, 3. So we got the crow and the hawk in reverse. So I will take both of those. And let's pull a card that represents them. 1 card, please. 1, 2, 3. We got the owl. There's a lot of air in here. Air signs specifically. Let's see what their emotions are. What emotions are they having? Let's ask here, because we already have 2 oracles here. 1, 2, 3. Reflection. Okay, now let's pull your oracles. I think, honestly, let's just use this deck, and then the other ones we'll use different decks. Okay. So let's pull some 2 tarot cards above each. So for person A, which is supposed to represent you, it doesn't have to. If it doesn't, this may be them. So that's why I said person A. Because sometimes people say that they see some elements of themselves in here, some elements of themselves in there. It could also be that maybe they see themselves as this person rather than this person. That's okay. So let's pull 2. So one that represents who they are, and then another card that represents who they are in the relationship. So first card we're pulling is who you are. I apologize. Who you are. Okay, so we have 10 of Pentacles and then 9 of Wands. So who you are and who you are in the relationship. And then we are going to pull for them who they are in the relationship. 1, 2, 3. So first one is who they are. 1, 2. Okay, 4 of Cups. And let's pull a card that represents who they are in the relationship. Who are they in the relationship? 1, 2, 3. We got the Artist. I don't really know what that card means, but I'll try my best to figure out what it is. They could just be I don't know, to be honest. We're gonna, let me pull another card for that, actually. Who they are in this relationship. 1, 2, 3. We got King of Pentacles. Okay. Now I want to pull some appearance cards to help us understand their appearances. Your and theirs appearance. So first we're going to pull some appearances for you. Some of their appearances. What is their appearance? Let me shuffle this actually if I can. That was really hard. Could not shuffle that. Alright, let's try it. Appearances. So we got maybe bald. You could be bald. We also have, if that doesn't resonate, that is a message for someone else. We also have, I think this is brown eyes or brown hair. Let me check real quick. Why don't you freaking say it? I think it's brown eyes. Yeah, it's brown eyes. So if you may have brown eyes, yeah, okay. This person may have brown eyes. We also have small ears. You could, a little message could also be that maybe you like Jujutsu Kaisen, the anime. And now let's pull another one. I just saw beard. Someone could have a beard. I'm not gonna pull it though because it went quick. 1, 2. We got well, this one came out first, so I'm gonna take this one. So we got white, like this is like, I think this one is more yellowy type skin tone, like more of a olive, yellowish tint to their skin. So that could be this person. Now let's pull some appearances for person 2, person B. We have thin lips. They could have thinner lips. 1, 2. Oh, we have, this one came out before, so I definitely think this is a message. We have like, what are those eyes? It's like the eyes where it's like, they're kind of like, not doughy, they're like, their eyes look like this. They're like, they look like they're closed. They're kind of like a little sleepy looking, but also like, I don't care, like, kind of look to them. Their eyes could look like this. I think it's called, they could have hooded eyelids. Okay. And then let's pull 2 more. 1, 2. 3. Okay, we got blue eyes. 1, 2, 3. We got short nails. Shorter nails. Okay. So those are the appearances. Now let's move them to the side, I think. We also do have a bald man here too, so that's funny that we have bald. I'm gonna have to move this over just a bit. Okay. All right. So I think we're gonna hop right into this. I since we're in this shuffling section, I do want to pull the other cards as well, but I will just keep them off camera, and then we'll display them when I do the reading. So the other cards are going to be, it's going to be 5 tarot cards. So we're going to use this deck. Maybe I should wait, actually. I think I will wait. We're just going to hop right into the reading right now. This will be your reading on whether you should stay or go. So first we're going to decipher who person A and person B are. I shuffled all these cards, these 4 cards here, to represent who you are, and these cards here up to these 2 is to represent who they are. So who you are in the relationship, who they are in the relationship. Okay, so first we're going to start off with talking about you. So here, with the 10 of Pentacles, I feel like, I'm going to read the description for you because I feel like the description always does well. You could be the personality type. The 10 of Pentacles personality represents someone who is highly successful, widely respected, surrounded by wealth and abundance. He believes in long-term sustainable success, not just short-term gain, and has committed to putting in the work to accomplish his goals. The 10 of Pentacles personality is eager to share profit and wealth with others, derives a deep sense of pleasure by being able to contribute to the well-being of loved ones. This personality also has a strong family value and respect and honor in tradition, heritage, and convention. He believes in structure of family and will be a high priority in ensuring family needs are met. He is also mature enough to commit to a long-term relationship, investment, career, or venture, knowing the commitment will bring wealth on many levels. So a very committed person. I feel like this person, you, can definitely be someone who has a lot of abundance. We also have Pentacles here, so okay, the signs, a lot of air. You definitely could have a lot of air in your chart. You could be an air sign in your sun sign, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could also have some earth placements that are at play right now. Maybe you have a lot of abundance, maybe you have family of wealth, or maybe you have made a name for yourself. We also have this person in like a business suit. Maybe you are like going to make a name for yourself, or you are striving to be very financially stable, or you may have that already, and maybe you provide a lot for the family and you don't care to give your money or your abundance if it's going to help or better the family. Like you don't care to help a person out. Like you'll be like, hey, you need like $5, and you don't even ask for it back. Like you're willing to always like, and it's because you care, it's because you love. That's your love language. Maybe this could be someone with a love language of gift giving. 9 of Wands here. So who you are in this relationship, you are very committed. You are you set healthy boundaries. Let's see what else it said. Let me just re-jog my memory because there's so many freaking cards. 9, resilient. You have courage. You're persistent, test of faith and boundaries. So I feel like you're very maybe suspicious of this relationship. We have suspicious here. Maybe you're worried, not sure, definitely not sure on whether, maybe suspicious of this person, whether to stay or to go in this relationship. Maybe you're getting, like, you're not really sure. You're getting some signs to stay, some signs to go. I feel like you're very, I feel like you've had a lot of experience. You're very resilient when it comes to relationships now. I feel like, especially if this is a relationship, this could be a platonic relationship. It doesn't have to be a loved one. It could also be a family member that maybe needs to be, talked about. Whatever that needs to be said will come out. So it could be family member, friend, loved one, partnership, like a relationship. So keep that in mind. But I do think this is more of a relationship. So 9 of Wands, you have a lot of persistence. Maybe you're very persistent in trying to make things work. You're like fighting for this connection. You have a more positive outlook on this connection. And it's because you're investing a lot of time and effort into this person. And it's like you are looking long term. You see long term potential with this person. I think also with the 9 of Wands, it's like you're willing to fight for this connection. You could definitely be looking, I think you see a more positive outlook on this. I think you're seeing more of like, I'm going to stay type of mentality rather than leaving. That's what I'm getting, because specifically in the book it says courage, determination, persistence again, and hope. You have like hope in this connection. You have hope that it's going to work out. Even though maybe a little bit of you is like, I don't know. You still are very hopeful. You could have brown eyes. You could have olive skin. You could be bald. You could have small ears. If one of these don't resonate, ignore it. It's just a message possibly for someone else. I definitely do think someone in this that's watching this reading could be bald and maybe have a beard, because I saw that. And yeah. Okay, so with the crow here, something that may be holding you back from this connection is ungroundedness and hypersensitive. So this makes me think of there could be possibly an insecurity that you may be feeling with this person. Maybe there's something about this person that's making you feel insecure. Maybe feeling like I said in the beginning, like needing to be grounded. Maybe you need to be grounded. Maybe you're kind of on go, like jump mode, like maybe a little bit impatient, maybe acting impulsively. Maybe you're like being very persistent, like, come on, let's get into it now. And maybe that's something that needs to be said is, slow down, be patient, take your time. You have all the time in the world. Slow down a little bit, and, maybe also figure out what that insecurity might be. For example, like, from what I'm getting is they could be pulling back. They could be pulling back a little bit, and maybe this is making you feel insecure. And maybe that's something to ask yourself is why. Obviously, it's upsetting that they are pulling back, but maybe they're dealing with something right now. And maybe that's something you need to see and ask yourself, why is this upsetting me? Or, I mean, it makes sense, but it's still something you should, ask yourself and write about. And also, is there anything in the past maybe that something like this has happened and maybe it was unresolved, and maybe this is something you still have that you're still holding on to? That might not be the case. This could also just be needing to be grounded, maybe finding more patience, and knowing that because they pull away isn't because of you. I think they are dealing with certain things on their own right now, and maybe this just isn't the best time. Okay, so now onto them. I talked a lot about you. Onto them. So some appearances about them is we have thin lips. They could have thinner lips. They could have blue eyes. They could have shorter nails, and they could have hooded eyelids. This person, I feel like, is a very committed person as well. I think you both have a sense of, you both are like air signs. You could be both air signs, but also have like earth in you as well. And like earth could be definitely significant. Like maybe you guys both have a love language of gift giving, and maybe that's why you feel like good about that. Also, I'm getting maybe you guys worry a lot about your financial well-being, like how you are doing financially. I think you might be more steady and or have like a family that has money, so it's not really as a concern for you. But I feel like for them, they could be definitely very in a time where they're saving their money and not spending anything, not a dime. And maybe that's something that they feel like they wouldn't be able to provide for you. They wouldn't be able to, and like it doesn't have to be about money, but I feel like the two of you, maybe it's a little bit more about money because you guys are gift givers. Like you, that's how you show your love, is, you know, giving gifts. And I feel like this person maybe feels like they wouldn't be able to provide that for you, to give you gifts, to show that they love you, because maybe they worry about where they are at financially. We have scarcity, not having a lot of abundance. Maybe they aren't giving a lot of abundance. Maybe there's scarcity with their love right now. We also have talks about, I think it literally says saving money. Money squirrels. I don't know. Saving their money. I think this person, another thing specific about this person is they are a person that, with the Four of Cups, they could be dealing with some sort of depression right now, some sadness, some past sadness, some baggage. And they could be really trying, I think they're a very reflective person. I think they are a very meditative, reflective, contemplative person. They're constantly, and I think more with their emotions, because we have cups. I think they're very reflective about their emotions. I think they always maybe are very meditative, thinking about what made them feel this way, or they're very in tune with understanding emotionally. I feel like they're very emotionally mature. And they're always like trying to reflect on their emotions, or maybe specifically reflect on how they're feeling now. Maybe they're still sad about a past relationship that they were in, and maybe they are trying to move past it, and maybe that is why they may keep a distance, or they may be, you know, lacking abundance towards you right now. And it also doesn't have to be a relationship, like they may not have a past relationship. Maybe you both are together. For those of you that are together in a relationship, maybe there's some sort of depression they're dealing with right now that is very hard on them to get through, and they're kind of pulling away, looking to do and fix things on their own. Four of Cups. I think also they could be very inexperienced with relationships. Maybe they only dated for a very short period of time. Maybe they're very inexperienced. Maybe they don't know how a relationship works, and maybe that is something you need to guide them through. Maybe they're afraid to start anything with you because maybe they are afraid of commitment, or, like I said, still holding on to the past, or maybe they just don't have a lot of experience, and maybe that frightens them and they don't want to ruin things with you. I think also there definitely could be some sort of separation, some distance. With the King of Pentacles, like I said, I think this person is very abundance. I'm going to read the description for you because I feel like it is a great description, personality type. So this person, the way they act in the relationship is They could be very strong. They're true to their words, reliable, patient, dependable, and committed. They're a committed father. They could be a committed father. They're a very committed partner, and could be a devoted friend if this is a friend connection. Whatever he says he will do, he will achieve, often in outstanding results. He is a significant, true blue business person. He is a master of the material world. He is a significant amount of experience and knowledge in, is therefore able to use the money, wealth, and power to create security, peace of mind, rather than getting carried away with selfish goals. He often represents a father figure or committed partner or devoted friend. So, it also says has a significant amount of experience. They could have a lot of experience when it comes to work, or it could be also they have a lot of experience when it comes to relationships. I don't think that's the case because we do have a contradiction. So that might just not even be, for some of you, maybe they do have experience. For some of you, maybe they don't have experience when it comes to relationships. So, yeah, take it how it resonates. All right, so this is the two of you. If this doesn't resonate with you, pick another pile. We are going to hop right into tarot now, reading your tarot. So I'm going to take the appearance cards. I'm going to just do it on camera. So, please give me your card. That would be quite grateful. Okay. So, alright, so let's shuffle your cards on camera. Now we're gonna ask questions. So we're gonna pull 5 cards, and then each one is gonna have an oracle. So the first question we're gonna ask is, what is the issue? So what may be the issue in this connection? Why you are thinking about leaving? What is the issue in this connection? Let me shuffle one more time. What is the issue in this connection? What is the issue in this connection? So first card, we're going to shuffle 1, 2, 3. What is the issue? We have 9 of Swords. You could be having a lot of anxiety about this connection, or nightmares possibly. Let's see, the next card is going to be what needs to be done to change it or to fix it. What needs to be done to change it or to fix it, the issue. We have Knight of Swords. Okay, next one is, what is the future of the issue if we were to do what it says, like to fix it. 1, 2, 3 would be the 7 of Swords. Next one is, how do they view the situation? 1, Queen of Pentacles. How do you view the situation? 1, 2, 3. 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so I also wanted to ask, maybe one more card. Oh, 2 more cards. I'll ask 2 more cards. So let's ask also, what would happen if you were to leave? What is the future if you were to leave? 1, 2, 3. The World in reverse. And what would happen if you were to stay? Excuse me, just need to fix these real quick. Don't think I have room for this other card, but I will make room. What would happen if you were to stay? What is the future if you were to stay? 2. Oh, this card flipped. We got 10 of Swords. Okay. Now let's pull some oracles. Okay, sorry about that. I had to fix the camera. I meant the light. So I shuffled, I got these two, Disruption and Cleanse. Let's pull another one that represents or helps us understand a little bit more about the Seven of Swords. 1, 2, 3. Confidence. 1, 2, 3. Balance. 1, 2, 3. Consciousness. Okay, and then we are going to pull some animal spirit cards for the future of if you were to leave, like who would you be if you were to leave in the future, and who would you be if you were to stay if in the future. Whatever path you take, the two paths. First one we're going to pull is for the world. Who are you if you were to leave? The wolf. And who are you if you were to stay? We got the cheetah in reverse. Okay, and I'm going to pull some charms. There's a lot that has to be said about this. We have Capricorn. We also have Aquarius. Okay, let's hop right into it. Okay, so now on to the section of the connection. So we have the Nine of Swords, Knight of Swords, Seven of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, the World, and Ten of Swords. So we do have a lot of swords. Like I said, air signs. So the first question I asked is what is the issue? So the issue we have here is Nine of Swords. So the issue is depression in this relationship, a crisis, fear, anxiety. Someone in this connection, I'm assuming that it's you. You have possible depression in this connection, fear in this connection, crisis, anxiety. Maybe you are very worried about this connection. Maybe you're not really sure about this connection. And it could be definitely disrupting your self-love, or disrupting your love life. Maybe you feel stuck in your love life right now. Maybe stuck to this person because maybe you invested time in. And then we also have identify ghost. So they could be ghosting you, maybe you're ghosting them, and it's like identifying, like saying maybe identify the ghost. So who is it? Who is this person? We have especially fish. So maybe they're like a special fish. You know how they say like there's plenty of fish in the sea. Maybe this person is like especially that fish for you that you like. It could also, that could be like maybe there's plenty of fish in the sea. We have imply, immature. So maybe this person, maybe you're implying that they're immature. So maybe you're worried that they will be immature. This could also be that maybe your spirit guides are implying that they are immature. You may feel that they're immature. We also have an M here, so this could be like M, maybe whoever has an M name, whether it's you or them, they could also be having anxiety or fear about this connection. Maybe they're scared to enter this connection. maybe they feel stuck as well. We have a little flower here. We have a C here, cleanse for cleanse. The Knight of Swords, so what I asked for this question is, how can we fix this issue? And it says, determination, staying determined. It says stubborn, determined, brash, or overbearing. So I feel like the overall message is the positive one, which is staying determined. Staying determined, keep working at it, staying determined with them, and cleansing cleansing. So cleansing them, maybe they are, I feel like I said, I feel like they were on a journey of cleansing themselves. And I think you should allow them to clean themselves, clean them out, and stay determined, don't be overbearing, don't try to control them or push them too much. If they aren't ready, they aren't ready. You can't force them to jump into a relationship. And also, stay determined. Like, you could keep at it. If you want to fix the relationship, stay determined, keep pushing, keep going. We have Capricorn here. Someone could be a Capricorn. We also have Seven of Swords again, and or have a Capricorn earth sign placement that could be significant. We have Seven of Swords too. So Seven of Swords is in reverse, is responsibility, acceptance, challenges, and commitment. So it's like, what will this be if you were to fix the connection? I think the only thing that can fix this issue is staying determined. Keep, putting in the work to fix this connection. Communicate, especially. Communicate how you're feeling. Communicate what's bothering you. But don't be overbearing. Don't feel like don't control them. Don't tell them that they have to be with you, or, especially if they're keeping a distance right now. Express your concerns, but know if they don't immediately jump into the relationship with you, that it doesn't mean that they may need some more time. They may need more time to resolve their issues and cleanse themselves. I think also maybe you need to do some self-reflecting as well on this connection. And why is this bringing you anxiety? Why do you feel stuck? Reflect on that. Ask yourself, what could you do to fix this? Also, especially communicate how you feel, and let this person know. Don't try to tell them like, oh, if we don't talk like now, then it's over. But be like, don't do that, but be like, hey, like, I just want to let you know I kind of feel stuck in this relationship, and I feel like we're not really going anywhere, and I'm just wondering, like, where is this heading? Like, are we like planning on things in the future? Are we gonna date? I feel like I'm kind of being dragged along, and say something like that. Okay, so next one we have, what is the future of the connection if you were to stay determined? If you were to keep pushing, maybe do some self-reflecting, or have them continue to self-reflect and work things out and continuing to talk. We have Seven of Swords. So Seven of Swords is responsibility, acceptance, challenges, commitment. So I think it's like a responsibility. You will be taking on a responsibility of, I think, working things out. It's just like joining any relationship. There are responsibilities that each partner has to, take on. And I think that will definitely be added. We have acceptance as well. I think you will end up having to accept that they could just not be ready for a relationship, and maybe that's something that is needing to be accepted. We also have challenges. There will be challenges you will face together, but I think there will be growth, because we do have a little leaf here. It's like there will be growth. And then we have commitment and being committed to each other. I think that will definitely be also maybe a challenge in this relationship. This person may be not ready to settle, like to get into a relationship. Maybe they're someone who is not ready to be fully in a relationship. Maybe they were talking to people, or maybe they are talking to people. I don't know if that's the case or not, because I don't see any indicators, but maybe they're just not ready to join a relationship or get into a relationship right now. Also, for those of you that are already in a relationship, this could be that you could be having issues in this connection, and this is saying, like, to fix things with this person, you're going to have to stay determined. But if it's constantly the same thing over and over again, then you're gonna keep facing the same challenges, and you may have issues with staying committed to your partner, whether it be you or them. That could be a message. If it doesn't resonate, ignore it. Commitment also could be what it's saying. Commitment, you're going to be committed to this person. You're going to stay determined. You're going to be committed. You're going to keep trying. Even though you'll face challenges together, you'll find acceptance. So we have confidence here. I think the confidence card is like, you will find confidence within this connection. Like, you'll stay confident in this connection to keep working things out. I think definitely there needs to be some sort of resolution and like cleanse. And I think that will definitely help if you guys communicate how you feel, or talk things out. We also have Clown. We have Aquarius and Friendly. We have Grammar. We have Adore and Heirloom. So I think someone with the Clown, maybe someone's very goofy, or maybe someone's acting like a clown right now. And maybe that's something that they need to clean, because it's a little bit over the cleanse. We have Friendly, Aquarius, maybe someone in your life, or someone in this connection, or someone, maybe a friend that's not in this connection right now, or someone in this connection is an Aquarius, but maybe someone outside of this connection could be an Aquarius that maybe be involved, and maybe they're a clown. I'm not really sure exactly what that message is, but that could have something. We have Grammar. You could have really good grammar, or maybe this person helps you find confidence in your grammar, like talking, communicating. We also have Adore. I think they adore you, and I think you find confidence within that. We also have Heirloom. So there could be some sort of heirloom that maybe was passed down by a generation, that you end up getting or giving, or something that's significant maybe in this connection. The next one we have is how they see the connection. So, wait, I think it's how they see the connection. Yeah. So how they see the connection, I think they've been drinking a lot of coffee lately, maybe working a lot, or maybe they've just been not getting sleep. Maybe they're the one having nightmares here. Not sleeping too well. We also have Queen of Pentacles. So the way they see the connection is imbalance, reclusive, superficial, and martyrdom. So I think there could definitely be an imbalance here. Maybe they notice there's an imbalance. Maybe they are unsure of it as well. Maybe they feel like there's definitely a lack of something, and they are noticing it, and that's how they see it. I think reclusive is also like, reclusive is like, it's not exclusive. It's like we are talking, but it's not really like we're talking. It's not like we're, just you and me. It's like maybe still open-ended, and we have superficial. Superficial is like just surface level talks. Like, it's not like anything deep. Maybe it's very like, there could definitely be some sort of blockage. Something's blocking this from you guys connecting again. There's something that is bringing imbalance, and you guys are kind of like not really addressing it. Maybe you guys are just keeping it superficial and ignoring how you feel inside. We have balance, bringing more balance to this connection, finding a balance, communicating how you feel. Maybe you guys need to establish boundaries with this and say, hey, like, I want to talk to you, I want to be with you, but I know you need some time, but I feel like blah blah blah, and I want to let you know, like, maybe not like say it this way, but maybe you could find a way to better say it, is like, hey, like, I know you need some time, but it's only, I can't wait forever, you know, like, I want to wait for you, I want to, you know, be determined to work things out for you and work things with you, and I know you're going through a lot right now, but I can't wait forever. That could also be a message saying, like, if you're in a relationship and this person constantly isn't fixing themselves or cleaning themselves or, like, I mean, like, cleansing themselves internally and mentally, like, maybe they are holding on to grudges or not changing. Maybe you ask them to change something and they aren't willing to or not trying. Maybe this is a message saying, like, you should if this person is constantly not changing and they're constantly, it's probably going to take them a while, and it may be, especially if they'll do one little act and show, oh, here, you were upset with me because I, you know, forgot to wash the dishes or whatever. Okay, let me do this little tiny act that isn't washing the dishes, even though you asked me to. I'll wash the dishes once. They wash the dishes once, and then that's the last time they'll ever do it again, until you have to fucking ask them again. If that's the case, and you keep asking and keep asking and keep asking and nothing's being changed, that's just like a little example, but if that's the case, like where it's not being changed, I don't think you should stay in this connection. If this is a situation, though, that you notice the person is reflective, they are trying to, you know, change themselves, and they are, like, they actually are putting in the work and you can see it through their actions, then this will be a situation where you should say, like, I can't wait forever, you know, and discuss with them, like, I'm willing to wait, I'm willing to fight for this relationship, but I can't wait forever. We have Two of Pentacles. So Two of Pentacles is, I asked, how do you see the situation? So irresponsible, neglect, disorganized, unpredictable. Maybe you feel like it's unpredictable, you don't know where it's heading, you maybe feel neglected, maybe you feel like they're being irresponsible or you're being irresponsible, maybe when it comes to love, maybe you're kind of beating yourself up a little bit about it, or maybe you feel like they're being irresponsible. So you could be feeling this at a conscious level, or maybe you feel like empty a bit when it comes to, like, maybe you feel like there's something missing in this relationship, and you feel neglected. And I definitely think this is something that needs to be shared. We also have, like, a little mermaid here. This reminds me of, like, a siren. So this could be, like, what could this be? This reminds me of, like, Pisces energy. It doesn't have to be. It could also be, like, whenever I think of sirens, like, sirens are very beautiful, very attractive, very, like, so beautiful that it's almost, like, too good to be true. Maybe you feel that it's, like, such a nice connection, you see all the good things, but then a part of you is like, is this too good to be true? Like, is this a lie? Is this not real? Is there more to it? Feeling very unpredictable, like you're not really sure, you're feeling like this is very unpredictable, you don't know which way it's gonna go. Okay, so we have the World. If you were to leave, we have the World in reverse, which talks about, okay, I think this also misinterpreted what I asked. I asked specifically what were to happen if you were to leave, like if you were to go, what would happen if you were to stay. Those were the two questions. And I feel like both of these are kind of like, you're definitely stuck in like a dilemma, like both directions aren't the best. But I feel like this is saying, like, if you were to stay and keep not fixing the issue, I feel like this is what's going to happen if you don't resolve that. The World. Let's see. Okay, so the World in reverse is regret, incompletion, lack of closure, and doubt. So you could, if you were to leave this connection, you could definitely feel regret. You could feel incomplete, like you didn't put as much effort if you could have, or that it didn't finish the right way, or you could have lack of closure. Maybe you feel like just a lack of closure, or maybe you'll end up having doubt, like, oh, I shouldn't have left them, or I regret leaving them, all those different things. With the Wolf, though, who you will become is someone who is reliable, democratic, and fearless. So I feel like you may have regrets about the connection, but I feel like overall you'll end up realizing that maybe it was for the best to leave, because maybe it was just not the right timing. I think also this could be like, this person may be someone you will regret and wish you could have continued things, but it doesn't mean that it's over forever. Maybe, like I said, maybe you could be on your own, branch on your own. Don't be so focused on this connection until this person is ready. Unless this person is, what is it called? Like, asking you out and asking you to be the girlfriend and not messing around playing games anymore, then they aren't for you. Like, allow them to take their time, and you can move forward, move on. If they're not willing to change, if they're not willing to put in the work, then you do you, boo. Like, you continue your things, and when they're ready, then we could, discuss more about that. I think also this could be like, the World is like, even though this person may be amazing, a nice guy or nice girl or nice person, and you see a lot of potential in this person, or you put a lot of effort into this person, just because of that doesn't mean that you may have regret. Yeah, you may have doubt, you may have some sadness in your heart, but overall it's okay, whatever you decide, because even if you do leave, you'll know to trust yourself again, and you'll know that you are fearless and that you don't need anyone that isn't willing to put in the connection, the work in right now. Know that there's plenty of other people that can provide to you the same love that they did, and even better, and you'll be fearless and okay with being on your own. So we have bleeding. You could feel like maybe your heart's bleeding, or you feel like maybe someone ends up bleeding, maybe like we have a fish, and we have a little like girl here, and then we have F. So these could be initials, F-E-S. They could also be like maybe fess, like fess up, like confess. The fish here makes me think of like plenty of fish, and then bleeding makes me think of like it's like bleeding in to this connection. So maybe there's plenty of other people that are are trying with you, and maybe you're shutting them all down because you want to stay committed to this person, but maybe you shouldn't be. You're single, you're willing to, like, this person's not you. I think you should, especially if this is the singles out there and you're just talking to this person, if that's the case, then you know, tell them how it is, communicate how you feel, and be like, hey, like, I really want to work things out. I really want to continue things, and I know you're dealing with a lot right now, and I know you're trying to, you know, fix yourself for the better, but there's only so much time that I could wait for you. I know we're not really talking, and I want to talk, and I want to, you know, be loyal to you and just be with you, but if you're not willing to do that for me, then I'm going to keep my options open. And, you know, say that and do it. You know, put in, if someone comes up to you and is like, let's go on a date, go on a date with them. Don't stay stuck with this person if this person is not ready to commit. It's not your fault that they're not ready to commit. It's not your problem. I know it sucks, and you could have compassion for them, be like, hey, I understand, and I'm, you know, giving you the time, but there's only so much time I can give. Also, yeah, so with you staying in this connection, I definitely think there's going to be challenges. There's going to be issues within this connection. 10 of Swords. We have betrayal, surrender, defeat, and endings. So, something I thought of, if this doesn't resonate, please ignore it. Just ignore the message. I feel like if this issue is not resolved in this connection, whether it's on your side or their side, if they're not putting in the effort or you're not putting in the effort to communicate or cleanse this issue, then I definitely think there could be a possibility of betrayal. And what I mean by that could be in any case. That could be like them betraying you, maybe like in some sort of way, like, I'm not sure specifically. One way I'm thinking of, though, is maybe cheating. And like I said, they may not be ready in a relationship. Maybe they aren't ready to be committed. They aren't ready to settle down. They aren't ready to be loyal to one person. And maybe if you, like, force them into being in a relationship, they may cheat on you. Another thing, too, is if you don't cleanse this, there could also be betrayal because of maybe repressed anger, lack of boundaries. Maybe someone will cheat because of the lack of boundaries. Maybe they feel hurt. Obviously, that's not justified, or justifiable, like, that's not okay, but that could be something that may happen. With the cheetah, and it's just funny how it says cheetah, like, I don't know. Although that may not resonate at all, and if it doesn't, please ignore that message. Like I said, I read everything that I see. With the cheetah, the frick is the... Okay, so we have impatient and competitive. So I think this is also towards you more specifically. I think if you don't communicate how you feel, or communicate that you have anxiety, or that something needs to be cleansed and resolved, I feel like that will make you more impatient, or maybe you will stay impatient with this person. Because I don't think they'll realize that they have to change or have to speed things up. And, like, also, you shouldn't rush them because they, like I said, they aren't ready. But I feel like if you guys don't talk things out, that will definitely still be an issue. The fact that you want to, go through and go quickly into this, and they're like, I'm not ready, pulling back, withdrawing, like, taking their sweet time. So I definitely think that will still be there if you don't fix this. And then we have competition. Maybe you'll have repressed anger that you'll feel like you'll always have to compete against them, or maybe there will be a potential competition, like someone else may get involved. So yeah. So I think, though, this one's a little kind of confusing with, like, the Ten of Swords. I think For any of you that are in a relationship already and that this person is still not changing and isn't putting in the effort to change, I think this is a message saying, hey, you should leave them, because nothing is going to change, and they may cheat on you. They may act like, you know, they're trying, or they may act like they are defeated by you. Maybe they're like, oh, like, you ask too much of me, or all this stuff, and it's like you're just asking for the bare minimum. If that resonates with you, then I would say definitely to leave. But if this situation is they're a genuine person, they do put in the effort, they do put in the work, I feel like that is the case. I feel like they are a genuine person. I feel like they do put in the work, because they are a very determined person as well. I just think they're maybe going through a difficult time right now, and I think you should stay determined. I feel like this is a positive thing, that maybe I feel like you should stay and work things out, if that is the case. Okay, thank you so much. I hope this helped. I know it was kind of confusing. I tried my best to decipher. Alright, thank you so much, and I'll see you in one of my next readings. Bye! Hi, Pile 2. If you chose the Ace of Wands card, this will be your reading on whether you should stay or to go. So first we're going to clarify, this is the shuffling section. If you'd like to skip it, you can. Timestamps are down in the description. First we're going to figure out and shuffle person A, which is supposed to be representing you. So I'll ask cards that who you are in the relationship, and then over here is going to be representing them, person B, who they are in the relationship. You may, if this resonates more with you, this may be you. If this resonates more with them, this may be them. But that's why I say person A, person B. But I'm going to read them as this is you, this is them. So let's pull a card that represents you. One, in general. 1, 2, 3. Raccoon. And a card that represents you in this connection. 1, 2. We got the camel. Okay. Now let's pull a card that is generally them, like who they are generally. Wizard. And who they are in this connection. 1, 2, 3. A whale. Okay. Now let's pull a tarot card. I think I'm going to use this deck. So a card that represents you in general. We got the Hanged Man. And a card that represents them in this, or a card that represents you in this connection, in this relationship. 1, okay, 4 of Wands. I will fix that. Now let's ask a card that represents them in general. 1, 2, 3. 6 of Cups. And a card that represents them in this connection. The High Priestess in reverse. Okay. Now let's pull some appearance cards. So let's ask how, like, some appearances about you, some specific appearances, something about your appearance specifically. or who this person is, to help us understand who this person is. What does their appearance look like? 1, 2. Okay, so we have olive skin again. This came in the last reading. You could have like yellowish olive skin color. Let's pull another one. I keep seeing a heart-shaped face. That could be. Let's see if that comes out. Okay, this one came out again. You could have short length hair, shorter hair. Let's pull one for the raccoon. Still for person A. We have glasses. You could have glasses. If these appearances remind you of this person may be them. This may be them, this may be you. So, or this could also just be, like, if you don't wear glasses, that may be for someone else that's watching this reading. There may be one of these to help you understand who this person is. Okay, one more for person A. 1. 2. 3. Okay, this one came out again. So noses. You can have a long length nose. That's something specific. We're gonna roll a dice to help us understand maybe which nose specifically. Let's get a die. It only goes up to 10. Okay, so 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you could have this shaped nose, or this person could have like this nose. This is what their nose looks like. Or in general, they could just have a long shaped, like long nose. Right, now let's pull some things for this person. Some appearances about something specific about their appearance to help you identify who they are. So they could have brown eyes. 1, 2, 3. They could have darker skin color. They could be, I think this is, I picked, let me see. That is, what the frick? I think this is one of the medium skin colors, like they're in the middle. This could be, they're like, I'm sorry, I'm taking so freaking long. They're like medium, they're like brownish skin color. They could have, like, it could be a little bit more greenish blue tones skin, like more like cold skin color rather than warm. And then we have eyes. So the eyes here are, I think they're almond shaped eyes. Oh no, they're upturned. So they could be upturned shaped eyes. You could look on Google what upturned eyes look like. And let's pull one more. Oh, we got a Oh, maybe not. That was like, it showed it to me and then it didn't. So maybe one of my viewers out there has a belly button piercing that came out. 1, 2. Okay, we have jawline. They could have a really nice jawline. We also had thin lips, so they could maybe have thinner lips. Okay, so those are all the appearances. Now I'm going to quickly get into talking about who this person is. Just run these out. This looks like a mess. Maybe you guys both have thin lips. I think more specifically them, though. Okay. All right. Hello, my beautiful pile twos. If you chose the Ace of Wands, this will be your reading on whether you should stay or to go. So we have this 4 cards, or 8 cards I mean, are supposed to represent who you are, but if it doesn't, this could just be person A. These are some appearance cards, so if you have this appearance, this is about you. If you don't have these appearances and they have those appearances, then this is them. The same vice versa with this pile. We have these cards are all pulled for person B. Okay, so let's talk about person A. This is supposed to represent them. I shuffled the cards supposed to representing them. So yeah. So Hanged Man, this person, I asked in general who this person is. The Hanged Man in general is someone who is contemplative, meditative, reflective. This person could step away from a situation without attachment, look at things from a new perspective. He may be someone who is highly creative, can think outside the box. I definitely think you're very creative. Can think out of the box and look at things from a new perspective, and they could also quickly find an alternative solution to any challenging problem. The Hanged Man, personally, is someone who is in tune with his intuitions, who knows when to hold something, knows when to put a hold onto something if it doesn't seem right. Also, may be a little frustrating for others who prefer to follow a plan and to stick to it, but in the end, the Hanged Man prevails because they listen to their inner guidance. So I think because this is in reverse, I think that's definitely who you are or who you want to become in general. But I definitely think you may be at a blockage, or there's something that may be making you feel stuck, delayed, or stagnant. I think you could be possibly holding back on something because maybe your intuition or gut is telling you to, and I think that may be the right decision. But I think this is, if that's doesn't resonate, this could be, it says delays, resistance, stalling, and indecision. I think you could be maybe an indecisive person, or maybe you tend to constantly have delays. Like maybe you are a little bit slower moving person, or maybe you feel like when it comes to your art, there's constantly delays or maybe resistance. Or maybe you're stalling on your art. That could be a message. With the raccoon here, we have talented, shadowy, in hiding, when in balance, when it's upright, generous friend, exceptional artist. I think you could definitely be a very generous friend. Maybe you are very calm, collective. You are very patient with your friends. Maybe you constantly always look for solutions, you're always looking to help, you're always looking to find solutions for them, and you always think with a collective calm mind, like you reflect on it a lot and always give like the best advice. I think this maybe when it comes to things about you though, maybe it's a lot harder for you to find solutions. That could be something. And I think more specifically that could be with your music or your art or whatever you're passionate about. You could be maybe it's harder for you to find solutions within that. When it comes to the relationship between this person, the Four of Wands was pulled, and in this relationship, you could be a very optimistic, balanced, authentic, and content, happy person. They carry such an innate sense of stability and certainty in their life that nothing really throws them, like, nothing throws you off, like you're able to, push through anything. In this connection, I think you're willing to always work things out, like you're always willing to figure out the solution with this person. These people are likely to be sociable, active, involved in communities with friends and family. They like to have a good time, celebrate the beauty things in life, and often have a reputation of putting on the best parties and celebrations that brings everyone together. I think you could definitely have a great balance of water and fire in your chart, as well as earth, because we do have earth here. I think when it comes to finances or your earth, like when it comes to your possibly having an interest in making money or something that you may think bring you abundance or money. Maybe you're having a little bit of difficulties with your finances right now, or your school, or maybe your hobby that you want to pursue. But I think when it comes to the relationship though, you're very dedicated, very optimistic. You have such a beautiful balance between water and fire. Like, you know when to take action, but you also don't let your anger or emotions get the best of you. Like, you're very balanced. The camel talks about resourceful, independent, knows oneself. You know yourself in a relationship. You stay calm, content. You could be very happy in this relationship. Like, it says content, happy, and it says sparkle in the eye. So, like, maybe something specific about them is they have such a passion for the world, and maybe the passion for the love. Maybe whenever this person looks into their eyes, they get so wide-eyed and smiley, and their eyes just literally glisten. Like, they their pupils dilate, and they're because they really care for this person, and they get excited. So the fact that it says content twice in the section of where I said how this person, who they are in the relationship, maybe you're a very happy person, very positive, happy person. Maybe, like I said, this is the reading is about should I stay or should I go? So maybe if this is you, maybe you're not happy in the relationship. Maybe you're just a happy person in the relationship. You're always looking at the positive, optimistic sides, looking to work things out, fix things. With this person, so we were given the High Priestess, which is number 2, which is interesting because this is I saw 222 before, so this is pile 2. So 2 could be significant. We have, it's in reverse, so we have secrets, who they are in this relationship. Well, let's talk about who they are in general first. Sorry about that. 6 of Cups, who they are in general. So we have upright, revisiting the past, childhood memories, innocence, and joy. So they could be someone who maybe holds on to the past a lot. Maybe they have a lot of childhood memories. Maybe they talk about the past a lot, in specifically childhood memories. Maybe they are a little bit childish, but maybe it comes with pros and cons that they're a little bit childish. They're fun to have fun with, But when it comes to maybe more serious adult-like matters, maybe they're a little bit more immature. I think they do have an innocence to them and a lot of joy. I think they're a very energetic, happy-going person. I think it's not... I think this is more of a positive note about them. I think they definitely revisit the past, like, in a good way. Like, they love to relive memories with you, or relive memories in general, like, of their life, of their family. Maybe they talk a lot about their family and the memories they had, and they're always, like, laughing and having a good time. And it's like they have such an innocence, like, sweet joy to them. So with the lizard here, so the lizard is instinctual, sensitive to the subtle, and a dreamer. We also have artistic, telepathic, and spiritual. So I think this person could definitely have a good sense of intuition, an instinct. Maybe they're able to read you and, like, read your body language, read your mind. I think this person can definitely, they're like telepathic almost. Maybe you guys are always on the same wavelength or on the same page, and maybe they say things that you're like, I literally was just thinking that, or I literally just thought that. That's so weird that you, like, were able to telepathically, like, read my mind. Like, so strange. And maybe they don't even do it on purpose. It just, like, happens. I think also maybe you guys have, like, a telepathic, like, and that might not just be with you, because this is who they are in general. They could do that with their family too. Maybe something specific is maybe they have, like, a brother or friend or parent that they're, like, telepathic with. Like, they look at each other and they already know what both of each other are gonna say. I think this person could also be an artist. I think you're artistic, like, or creative, maybe when it comes to music or art or just something about you're passionate about, and they are as well. And I think maybe you guys get each other on that level. I think this person is also very spiritual. They may be the type of person that watch tarot card readings, or maybe they could be spiritual in, like, a religious way. Maybe they're religious. I don't really see anything yet, but we may see in the future when I continue pulling stuff to help us understand that a little bit more. But I think that's who that person is. In this relationship, High Priestess, who they are in this relationship, we have secrets, disconnect from intuition, withdrawal, and silence. So, I think this person may be keeping secrets from this person. Maybe they aren't. Maybe they're not sharing as much as they need to. Maybe they aren't communicating how they're feeling. Maybe they aren't telling this person everything. Maybe they're hiding the little secrets, and once they start lying in the beginning, they start lying and keep lying until it gets to the big things too. Then they lie about the big things. And the one piece of advice I could give for this person, as someone who used to do this just because I was afraid of how they may react, is the worst you could do to a relationship is not being honest, not being fully honest. The more you lie, the more damage you put on the relationship, even about the little things. Once you start lying about the little things, you're gonna lie about the big things. And that's the same with your partner. If you notice your partner lies about the little things, they're gonna lie about the big things, and not tell you everything. And I think you should be blatantly, fully transparent with your partner. That is, a healthy relationship. The more you lie, the more you keep secrets, the more this person won't trust you, and the more that's the number one thing you need in a healthy relationship is trust. So we also have disconnect from intuition. Maybe they feel like they've lost their intuition. Maybe they aren't really trusting their gut. Maybe they aren't really listening to their gut, because maybe they're suppressing things. Maybe they're not, being fully open and honest. Maybe they're repressing things and suppressing that. It's like entering their subconscious, and they maybe forget about it. and it's clouding their intuition and their gut feeling. Like they can't really, they're not listening to their intuition anymore. It's like they're kind of just ignoring it. And they need to clear that, they need to clean that out. And, you know, one way by doing that is fully being transparent with this person, telling them everything, telling them be honest. And like, even if you have to do it all at once, just be like, hey, can we sit together? I feel like I haven't been fully honest with you yet about things, and I'm sorry that I haven't, and but I want to be honest with you now. Tell them everything. Be like, hey, this, and tell them everything at once. Don't you know, hide one thing out and leave you like, oh, I don't need to share that. No, share everything. I think this person is mature enough and I think this person can handle it. I think this person is a very sweet and looking to fix things type person. And I think they are very content or happy, or looks to be optimistic, or is optimistic about this connection. So some other things too, I think maybe you may, if this is you or whoever this is, person B may have withdrawal from this connection. Maybe they are holding on to grudges because they aren't communicating how they're feeling. Maybe they aren't setting boundaries, healthy boundaries. Maybe this person has stepped over their boundary and they aren't aware because this person has communicated about it, but maybe they're feeling hurt because they stepped over their boundary. And maybe this person needs to explain, be like, hey, when you did this made me feel, instead of maybe lashing out or coming angry, like talk respectfully, talk logically, don't let your anger get in the way, because know that anger is a cover-up for another emotion. There is something else that happened that another emotion you are feeling, whether it's sadness, anxiety, embarrassment. Talk to them open-heartedly. Don't withdraw. Withdrawing is petty. Holding back how you're feeling is petty. It's, you know, you're not being honest, you're withdrawing, you're just ghosting, you're kind of just like, you know, walking away. And it's only going to leave you with grudges and burning bridges. And that's not a healthy way to live life. I know I talk about this all the time, you know, burning bridges is okay once in a while, but if you're not communicating fully and talking how you feel, then you shouldn't be burning bridges. You should, you know, communicate unless they really cross the line. Obviously that's for you to determine, but I think everything could be resolved with communication. Okay, so that's how they may be acting in the relationship or how they're feeling in the relationship. And then we have the whale. So the whale represents, I don't think I ever got this one. Okay, so the whale says, desire to delve deeper, profound peace, ancient wisdom, calm, steady, deeply passionate. So I feel like this person may be very sensitive to, I'm kind of getting like people-pleasing vibes, maybe a little bit. Maybe this person is a people pleaser and constantly like so worried about how this person might be affected by their actions, because they feel like, you know, you should already know what this person is upset about. And maybe they feel the way, like they feel that towards you, as well as they feel like you should know how they feel already. And maybe that's how they were brought up. Maybe they were constantly having to guess how their parents were feeling, because maybe their parents were, you know, this is psychological. What I'm about to say doesn't have to be real, doesn't have to resonate. Maybe this person has dealt with an unstable parent that was, you know, you always had to try to guess what they were feeling, and you never knew when they were going to explode, and it was like walking on eggshells. So maybe your feelings weren't validated, so you're constantly like, you're like, oh, you were raised to believe that people should already know how you feel. And that's not the case. No one can read your mind, you know, no one can, and like, I know I'm saying you, but I'm saying that towards person B. This person needs to communicate how they're feeling. This person can't read your mind. This person can't understand that you're upset, even if you withdraw, or like, this is just petty, you know, you're asking them to reach out and be like, hey, like, what's wrong? And you're just like, oh, nothing. Like, you know, or just like not even, you know, coming to them and expressing, like, it's childish and kind of petty. Like, this person B can, if they, like, in a more mature way, you know, sit with yourself, reflect on how you're feeling, whatever made you mad, whatever made you sad, write it down, you know, find clarity with your thoughts, then finally come to this person, talk to them, be like, hey, I didn't like when you did this or said this because it made me feel this or this. And I would prefer if maybe we wouldn't do that in the future, or if that would be not done in the future because it really affects me or something. That would easily resolve things, rather than, you know, being like, oh, I'll take some days to resolve it. I'm going to give them the silent treatment. You know, it's just like petty, like, okay. So, but I think this person in this relationship is very calm, steady, and deeply passionate about this person. I think this person is, I don't think they're the type of person to get very angry. I think they are quite calm, and like, they could be quite steady, or maybe this is the person they want to become in this relationship. But I definitely think there's a blockage when it comes to expressing your emotions, or whatever is bothering you. Like, you're just withdrawing. You're not sticking through. It's like, I think you also have a deeper desire. This person has a deeper desire to let it all out and say it, but maybe it could also be maybe you're afraid to, and maybe because when you were younger, you weren't allowed to express how you felt. They, you know, every time you talked how you felt, you always were either, your feelings were always unvalidated, or you were blamed. And maybe that's another thing why this person does that. But they need to, you know, figure out and maybe heal that, and see that you need to communicate no matter what reaction they have. Even if they flip out, I know I'm talking so much about this, but this is like this is something I'm very passionate about. Even though, because I could relate. This is something that I've dealt with in my life. Even if this person does lash out, or, you know, like, be defensive, or turn it on you, or is like, you know, not willing to listen to you, and also know you have to listen to them as well. And if they're the type of person that's patient and also is like, hey, yeah, I get it, I also felt this way, and they also talked about how they're feeling, you know, like, you have to be able to listen to both sides, but also know if they're not willing to listen to your side at all, then it just goes to show that they're immature as well, and they're not a potential partner you want to be with. So I'm saying, like, if you be brave enough to tell people how you feel, and if you're upset, it's okay to be angry at people, it's okay to be upset. That is you setting your boundaries. That is what's normal. That is what's human. You're okay to be upset with people. Your emotions are valid. If you feel angry, you are angry. If you feel sad, you are sad. There's a reason to why you're feeling these things. You just have to communicate about them to fix them, and work on them with this person to work out the issues. Don't be afraid. Communicate, and however they act, it doesn't matter, because what matters to you is that you were able to express how you felt. If they're not willing to listen, drop them. If they're willing to listen and they communicate how they feel too, then that's the right way towards the right path. Okay, I talked way too much. Let's move on. let's now pull some cards asking about the issue as well as the connection. Let's pull these appearances. Oh, also, these are the appearance cards. I forgot to talk a little bit about them. I talked to them in this when I shuffled. So this person over here could have brown skin that's a little bit more like bluish, greenish tones. We have a nice jawline. They could have a very nice jawline. They could have brown eyes. They could have thin lips. They could have upturned eyes. If you need to know what that is, Google it. Upturned eyes, like where the end of their eyes turn up. That's what it is. We have short hair. This person over here could have short hair, lengthed hair. They could have a little bit more of a yellowish, whitish skin tone. They could have glasses, and they could have this nose type, because I rolled the dice and it chose this one. Could also, if that's not the case, this could just be meaning that you have a longer, this card that came out, you have a longer nose. Okay. All right. I need to learn how to not over-explain things, because I feel like that's also what makes my tarot card readings a little bit confusing. I just feel like I always have to explain myself so much. Okay. So, yeah, that's something I need to work on. But it's okay. I'm working slowly but surely. Let's ask the tarot. First question is, what is the issue in this connection? It also, if those don't resonate, please pick a different pile. We pulled those cards to help you decipher if that pile resonates with you, if those two people resonate. If it doesn't, switch to another pile. Okay, so first question is, what is the issue? We have 10 of Pentacles. Wait, let me reshuffle. What is the issue? The Hermit, withdrawal. It could definitely be person B's side, because they're withdrawing. They're pulling back. What could be done to fix this issue? One. We have the Moon. There could definitely be disillusions. Maybe person B thinks that maybe they have an illusion, or maybe they're overthinking this connection. Like they're like assuming that maybe person A purposely overstepped their boundary, but maybe they didn't know, and maybe they're overthinking that. They think like the worst, or that this person, you know, is here to hurt them, and they're not communicating that. And I think they need to communicate and say like, hey, I'm upset because of this, and then they'll be like, hey, I completely understand, I'm sorry. Talk a little bit more maybe about their side or why they did it, and all this overthinking could easily be resolved. You just need to communicate. Okay, the next one is, what's the future of the issue if you were to fix it? We have, we were given two cards, Knight of Pentacles and King of Swords, or Queen of Swords, Jesus. And then, how do they view the situation? Page of Wands. How do you view the situation? 1, 2, 3. Justice, balance. And what is the future of the connection if you are to leave? This one came out first, strength, so I'm going to take strength. And what is the, what will the future be like if you were to stay in this connection? 2, 3. 4 of Wands. I think we got 4 of Wands before, didn't we? Reverse. Okay. Let's now pull some cards. So we're gonna pull these animal spirit deck card to ask We're gonna pull 2 for just these 2 in the back, and it's gonna be representing who you will be. So who will you be if you leave? So a card that represents you if you leave. So we have the Hawk. A card that represents you if you were to stay. We have the Oyster. Also, another thing too, I already said it. I'm kind of getting that vibe, but I don't know. Okay, so let's pull some emotions. Let's see what the emotions are in this connection. Help us figure out what the emotions are in this connection. We're going to pull 1 card for each card above, and hopefully it will help us understand a little bit more about the card above. Okay, so Hermit. We got pain. There definitely could have been some sort of boundary crossing. The Moon. Abundance. Bringing abundance to the situation. Bringing more love into the situation. We got Surrender. That is the future of the connection if you were to fix things. How do they see the connection? Energy in reverse. How do you see the connection? Emotionally, what kind of emotions do you feel? Balance in reverse. Maybe some sort of imbalance that needs balancing. We have balance. You need to find balance. Maybe you feel like it is imbalanced. Okay, so I'm going to pull your charms now. We'll get more into the reading. I just want to pull everything out on camera first. We got 6 too. I think 6 actually talks about abundance, or that's a 9. I'm not sure. Let's see. We'll figure it out. And then let's pull some words. Oh, a 1 just got stuck on my sleeve. Okay. All right. Okay, so we have the Hermit. Let's talk about the Hermit first. So the Hermit is the issue. So the Hermit, it says in reverse that it says isolation, loneliness, and withdrawal. So like I said, person B, this definitely resonates with person B. I think it's them. If they could definitely be withdrawing, like I said, and maybe feeling lonely, isolating themselves, and it's because of pain. Maybe they were hurt by something. If you're person A, because they're hurting about something and they're withdrawing, and maybe you weren't aware that you hurt them. If you were aware that you hurt them and you did it purposely, then I think, you should apologize and fix things. But if you weren't aware and you didn't know that you hurt your feelings and you did it accidentally, and they're not looking to communicate with you or talk to you about exactly what upset them, that isn't your problem to chase after them and ask them what's wrong or why are you upset with me, and then they're like nothing, and they kind of just like brush you off. That's them being petty. I would say to also take a step back and wait for them to come to you. Don't chase after them, and let them come to you and talk to you about whatever hurt them. We have C here, or you. I think maybe someone saw you doing something, maybe, because I just thought of see you, like see you, like seeing you do something. We have you could just be like an initial also, or maybe this is you, maybe you are feeling hurt. And I think it's especially also, it's okay if you withdraw a little bit. Like if you are person B, it's okay if you withdraw and figure out what it is that hurt you. and that's why you need to figure it first before you communicate. That's perfectly fine, and take your time. Write down how you're feeling, write down whatever hurt you, what is the pain that was caused, what did they do that hurt you, how did you feel after they did it, how are you looking to resolve the issue, what would you need in order to resolve the issue. And those are some questions you may want to ask. And so that's what's hurting right now. That's what's the issue. How to fix the issue is the moon. The moon is upright illusions, fear, anxiety, subconscious, and intuition. We have joke, feedback, everyone. We have 9 or 6 here. We have a little like Cupid's bow thing here. Maybe like struck Cupid's bow. Maybe someone... I just thought of like Valentine's. Maybe there was some sort of pain due to Valentine's Day. We have D here. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. We also have S in abundance. So I think you may be having fear or illusion towards this sharing, communicating how you're feeling. You could be having fear towards feedback or fear towards there could be some sort of fear or anxiety. Maybe you're afraid to communicate how you feel because you're afraid of how they may react or lash out, or maybe they'll end up joking like passive aggressively, or maybe you're joking passive aggressively about it. Maybe there needs to be a conversation had talking about, they need to bring more abundance and love into this situation, like bring more compassion and don't withdraw, like come back into the connection and be like, hey, like, I blah blah blah, this you did hurt me like this because I felt this, what I need from you is this. And this could bring more love and abundance back into the situation, more abundance, like more action, more talking, more love. Instead of it being black, it will be like they'll bring more abundance, more good luck towards you. Like, I'm sorry, that's a little confusing, but you catch my drift. We have S here. There could be an S initial, someone's name. We have D here as well. Everyone. With everyone, maybe you feel this towards everyone. Maybe you overthink a lot of connections, a lot of relationships. Maybe you tend to joke passive-aggressively about how you're feeling because you are afraid of feedback. I think also this could be maybe maybe you have, this could be also subconscious and intuition. Maybe you need to trust your intuition more. I feel like B, because it also said person B is lacking intuition. Maybe you need to find more intuition when it comes to this connection as well. Like listening to your intuition rather than, like, you need to decipher in your mind what is overthinking and list out the actions or the words or the messages to prove those things, or disprove those things. So if you're overthinking that this person doesn't love you and yet they show you with action constantly that they love you, that is you overthinking. But so that would be you deciding that is overthinking. But if it is a situation where you don't know if they love you and all they do is tell you with words that they love you, but their actions don't line up, then this is something your intuition is trying to tell you and to pay attention to. Your intuition is, deep down your gut is like, I'm not really sure about that. And that's your intuition. Those are the messages you should pay attention to. So now the next thing is the future of the connection. If you were to fix these things and fix it, like communicating and bringing more love into the situation. Queen of Swords. I think there will still be Queen of Swords. Let's see. We have overly emotional, easily influenced, bitchy, or cold-hearted. And then we have Knight of Pentacles underneath that. Let's see what Knight of Pentacles says. Knight of Pentacles says, that is in reverse to self-discipline, boredom, feeling stuck, perfectionism. So I think the future of this connection, if you were to fix things, is that I still think there will be issues in the future to resolve. I don't think this fully will go away. I think there will be constantly needing to work on this, and it will slowly take its time to change. But I think there could definitely be someone that's maybe in this connection, maybe an air sign specifically, that if this is person A, the first person, the person that is you, I said you is supposed to represent you, maybe they feel reluctant to share things with you or tell you the truth or tell you things because maybe you lash out. Maybe you're a little bit cold-hearted about it. There could be a sense of bitchiness. If that doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. This could be maybe how they act. There could be a sense of this. Something's going on here where they may be cold-hearted. And maybe because they feel, insecure about whatever's being discussed. Like maybe, for example, person B, which is them, maybe they say something like, hey, I don't like when we stay inside all day, for example. And maybe this person, maybe you, person A, gets defensive and is like, mean back or denies or flips the story and is like, oh, well, I don't like when you wanna go outside all day. Instead of hearing them and hearing what they have to say, you kind of just ignore it, don't take responsibility for it, and switch the blame. And that's not, and it's probably because maybe you feel insecure about sitting inside all day. Maybe that's something you felt in the past that many people pushed onto you and was like, oh, or made you feel bad for wanting to do. And a good way to fix this situation and approach this situation is talking calmly, talking respectfully, taking accountability for your actions, apologizing, listening to what they have to say, but also communicating and setting your boundaries. Communicate, if they say, I don't like when, instead of saying, switching the blame, instead you could say, they're like, oh, hey, I don't like when we sit inside all day. You're like, oh, I understand. We will, we'll go outside more. Maybe we'll find a balance, and maybe some days we could go outside. Maybe some days we could stay inside. For me, we could stay inside and make me happy, and then some days we'll go outside to make you happy. So there's a balance. You took accountability, you took action, and then you found a resolution. So, that could be something. And also, if the bitchiness or the Queen of Swords, if that doesn't relate to you, if you don't feel like that's the case, and you're not person A, maybe that comes from person B. Maybe person B is a little insecure. Maybe person B gets defensive. Maybe it's because they don't communicate how they feel, so they expect you not to communicate how you feel. And it's like, when you do, it's like, they're like, wow, I put so much effort into this relationship. I gave 110%, and, when I make a mistake, it's it's okay to make a mistake. You're okay. You don't need to be so defensive. Maybe you need to do some self-reflecting and realize and ask yourself, why is it such a bother that this person is trying to communicate how they feel and something that bothers them? they're a human too. They're allowed to have things that they don't like, you know, in this relationship, things that they don't like about you, and you're allowed to have things that you don't like about them. As long as you set boundaries and understand that you two are different people, you're not the same person. You shouldn't have to change to be this person. You shouldn't have to change to be this person. Find a middle ground. Find a balance. One person should be happy, the other person should be happy. You do things to make this person happy, and you should do things to make this person happy. You should sacrifice some things, but don't sacrifice everything to be with this person. You shouldn't be changing yourself. You should only be sacrificing, you know, sacrificing the days that, for example, that they want to go out. Like, you're going to have to, like, the day that it's their turn for them, that they want to go out and go do something, that's the day you are like, okay, I'm going to make this sacrifice because I love you to go out and do things. But I'm still getting my side as well. I'm not being a pushover. Okay, I talked mad long about that, but I'm just very passionate about that. So, Pentacles, King, Knight of Pentacles, self-discipline, boredom, feeling stuck. Maybe someone is feeling stuck. Maybe someone is feeling bored. Maybe someone is being a perfectionist. That could be person B. Maybe they are trying to be perfect and they need to realize you're not perfect. No one's perfect. This person isn't perfect too. Some self-reflection needs to be done. And self-discipline. You needed to surrender to finding discipline in this connection. You need to grow, work on yourself. Surrender to the divine, surrender to your intuition, surrender to your subconscious mind. I know you may be repressing things, ignoring things. Just surrender to it. Let it out. Surrender. Give up. Stop fighting the urge to let it out. Just let it out already. Say it. You know, speak your mind. We have lock. I definitely think that has to do with locking things away, not communicating. We also have oyster here. For how they see this how they see this connection is the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is inspiration, ideas, discovery, limited potential, free spirit. So how they see this, they may be person A, you may be person B, and I'm sorry if you are person B because I kind of bashed person B, but I don't know. It could be either or, I guess. I mean, I asked how they see the connection. So they could still be person B though. Maybe they, you know, maybe they stopped, maybe they withdrawed, or maybe they held things away, but I think maybe deep down they still see a potential. They still see new ideas to come. They still see, they need to discover themselves or are putting energy, internal energy to fix things or rediscovering themselves. I think they feel they could be a free spirit. Maybe they feel like you guys have a lot of fun, or it's free spirit, like you guys are always doing adventures, having a lot of energy together. Also, this could be discovering new things together. Inspiration, maybe you guys find inspiration to each other. Maybe you guys help lift each other up, find new inspiration towards your passions. Dedication, maybe they find inspired. Whenever they're with you, they feel inspired to go do things. Having a lot of energy, internal energy. That could also be you, I guess. I mean, I asked specifically how they see the relationship, so I'm gonna take it as that. We have G here, we have Eastern. I just thought of Eastern Standard Time. Maybe that's when they will, maybe their time is different than yours. Maybe you guys are something like that. We have R, and then we have Libra here. So someone could be a Libra. We also have, maybe someone currently is in a different location in the world that has Eastern Standard Time. Or maybe you guys both live in Eastern Standard Time place. We have E, we have R, that could be an initial. We have a little like Egyptian thing. Maybe someone is spiritually, or maybe someone follows Egyptian religion, or maybe they like Egyptian things. I don't know. We also have a little cat here. We have the Justice card. This is Libra. So I think I asked how you see the connection. I think you see that this relationship needs to find balance. I think you are seeing that you need to find a balance together, and trying to work things out. I'm getting more that person A is you. So take it how it resonates. But person A, I keep saying you, like, you see this connection as something that needs to find balance once again. There's definitely an imbalance currently, and you're like, we need to fix things now. Like, no more waiting. Let's talk it out already. Let's, you are someone that sees justice, fairness. Maybe you're a very fair person. You're trying to listen to them as well as listen to your side. I think there's someone specific that may be reluctant to do that. Maybe they're a little bit unfair, that maybe you guys need to communicate together about. We also have truth. I think this person may be very honest. So I definitely think this is person A, and I think this is you. I think you're very truthful, very honest, very lawful. Maybe you're very, like, you don't really get involved in drama. You kind of, like, are always the middle ground, like, trying to find middle peace, compromise, looking for a compromise. I think you believe that this needs to find a compromise. We have existently, there's imbalance. We have fish here. Whenever I see fish, I think of Pisces, or plenty of fish in the sea. Now, if you were to leave this connection, we have strength, courage, persuasion, influence, compassion. I think you could, and then we have the hawk. So I think if you were to leave this connection, I think you will stay strong and maybe gain a lot of strength as well. I don't think you will lose much if you were to leave this connection. I think that's because you know that relationships are just a plus. They don't add to who you are. And you're not dependent on a relationship. You are able to sustain one, and love for yourself. Like, you don't need to be in one to be happy. We have hawk, sees clearly, and intuitive. I think maybe you will find more intuition, and your intuition would be better. Maybe you will start to pay attention more to, like, red flags or signs. And you'll see more clearly if you were to leave. We have gossip, braille, cabin, jack, icicle. So maybe specifically, maybe this person who will be okay, maybe their name starts with Jack, or their name is Jack, or maybe you will be okay without Jack if his name is Jack. We have 7 here. 7 could be a significant number. We have cabin. Cabin could be like, maybe you're in a cabin, maybe you're somewhere else right now, maybe you're not home, or maybe you will flee to a cabin or leave towards a cabin. I'm not sure. Braille, maybe I just thought of someone who's blind. Maybe you have like someone who's blind that lives in a cabin. Maybe that's something specific, or maybe someone who is blind. I think Braille doesn't mean like literally blind. I think it's more of like, when you are out of balance and you're not paying attention to your intuition, you may be more of a gossiper, more of a drama starter, and it's almost like you're blind to your inner power. It's like you are blocking yourself from your inner power. We have C here. We have a little motorcycle thing. Maybe someone has a motorcycle. That could be them, what I was saying, like they're blind and won't see intuition. Maybe they will gain intuition more. Maybe they will reflect a little bit more on this if you guys were to separate. And then we have, for if you guys stay together, we have 4 of Wands. Four of Wands in reverse is personal celebration, inner harmony, conflict with others, transition, and then oyster. which is a water sign. So oyster, I know it's upright, so I think this is more of like the positive note of this message. So oyster is patient, secret keeper, hiding inner treasures. When in balance, feels blessed, generous, and masterful. So I think this is person B. These two may represent person B, and these two may represent you. That could be the way that it's read, but I'm not sure. I asked specifically, how will you be if you continue or if you leave? So if you were to stay, you may feel blessed. You may be more generous, more masterful, maybe, especially if you guys fix things together and this ends up becoming resolved. Maybe this person may still stay a secret keeper and not the greatest at sharing everything. And maybe that's something they'll end up working on, but I think they'll find progress. Four of Wands. I think they'll also have a personal celebration and inner harmony. They may still end up having conflict with others. There may still be fights or drama, or we also have icicle. There could be points when it becomes cold-hearted. Like, I think there's definitely someone who's a little bit cold-hearted. There definitely will be instances where they will be cold-hearted again, but I think this is something you guys can work out and discuss, and it might take some time, but I think it will work out either way you go, whether you stay or you leave. We also have for the... I think it's definitely going to be hard work, though. It's going to be a lot of hard work. And we also have transition, a change, some sort of change. Maybe one of you will change for the better. I think more specifically pile person B, just because we have the oyster here, and the oyster is like more open to talking. Like they're willing to, like clams, oysters, like they open only, like if you ever seen them in the wild, they open their mouth just a little bit, and it's like this person is slowly progressing, opening that mouth, talking, communicating, instead of keeping everything closed off. Okay, that was a lot. I hope you enjoyed this reading, pile 2. If you did, please give it a like and consider subscribing. If you'd like to see one of my next readings or another reading, I have plenty you could check out. Check out my channel, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye! Hi, pile 3. This will be your reading on whether you should stay or go. So for the first person we have is person A, person B. When I shuffled person A, I asked things about you. So this should be you, and this should be them. But if it doesn't add up or doesn't resonate, this being you, then this may be them, and this may be you. If you don't feel like any person in this connection, A or B, resonates, pick a different pile or watch a different video. This is just to see if it resonates, if this is your reading. Okay, so I just had to clarify that. This will be the last time, this video will be the last time I'll clarify that. I just, yeah, okay. So for person A could be someone who is hairier, someone who has shorter length hair, almost like kind of like a lion's mane, I just thought of. We have acne, they could have acne. We also have darker skin. So they could be like dark, like black, like they could be black, but it's not like, because I have another one of these that is a little bit darker or darker than this. So they're not like very dark, if that makes sense. But this could be their skin color. And now let's talk about who person A is in general. So these two cards are supposed to represent who they are in general. They could be someone who is a little bit more serious. I think they also could be someone who can definitely challenge the status quo. They could constantly be questioning rules or questioning authority, questioning cops. They could also be someone who doesn't like to follow like religion or follow the status quo. They could definitely be someone, they're like almost, they're not like a follower, they're like a leader. They're definitely a person that wouldn't follow societal norms or just society in general. Like they would never let society pressure them into being a certain way or believing a certain thing. They definitely always question beliefs, for sure. And not just like religious beliefs, just like the way people think constantly. Like, and they're always like, why do you think that? Or, you know, like they're not a submissive person. Like they're always like almost challenging people's thoughts, and not in like a rude way. It's almost like they are interested into hearing your perspective. They're definitely, and like they could definitely be someone who just doesn't let society control them. Like they are very outgoing, or just maybe not outgoing, but they're definitely like stand out from the norm. Like they definitely stand out. They're a person that stands out, and they don't really care to stand out too. Like they're definitely like, and maybe they may not even stand out on purpose. Like they may not be outgoing, but they stand out either way. Like they're very noticeable. They could also be someone that wears interesting clothing, and they don't care to wear like weird stuff. Like it's like, to them it's not weird. Like to them it's like, it's awesome. And I totally agree with that. Like if you could fucking rock like something that people would never dare to wear, and you can rock it and show off and stand out on these hoes, or stand up on these hoes, like it's almost kind of inspiring. Like you could do anything. Like literally the fact that you could rock a pair of, you know, I don't know, like some just like crazy outfit, like this person just, I feel like they would wear something out of the norm that no one would dare to wear, because they don't care what people think. I really do think this person doesn't care what other people think. I think they also could be someone that may be withdrawn. So with that and too serious, I think they could be someone who's too serious and a little bit withdrawn, because we do have the Lion in reverse. I think this person could definitely be maybe introverted. I know I said extroverted. If I'm getting more introverted, I'm getting more of someone who is withdrawing in general, like withdrawn. They may be very good at like observing or watching. Maybe they don't speak much. They're a little bit quiet, and maybe they constantly are observing and like observing people. I think also, even though they stand out, it's like they're still like quiet. They don't like want to stand out, or they don't purposely try to stand out. Okay. So with the Hierophant, in reverse, it says personal beliefs, freedom, challenging the status quo. So this person's like a rebellious like teenager. They question like personal beliefs. I think they could definitely be like an atheist or don't believe in religion at all. They could definitely be someone who doesn't really believe in religion, or doesn't really follow religion, or isn't the type of person to follow a flock. Like they're not gonna follow someone else. They branch off from the norm and become their own leader. That's the type of person they are in general. With the Ace of Pentacles, so who they are in this relationship, we got the Ace of Pentacles and the Fish. So Ace of Pentacles, I don't know why I can't speak. in reverse says lost opportunity, lack of planning, or foresight. So they may see you, or no, who they are is maybe they were a lost opportunity that you could have potentially had. They also maybe they're not really good at planning relationships or foreseeing a future in relationships. Maybe they're not really maybe they didn't really see far into this relationship, or maybe they kind of just, like, they didn't really think too far ahead about the relationship or how to act, or maybe they didn't take the step to engage in this relationship. So, I mean, this could be that you guys are together, you guys may be together already, but this could also be maybe you guys are just talking, or maybe you guys haven't talked at all. And if it is that you guys haven't talked at all, then I definitely think they may have been a lost opportunity for you, something you could have had, or maybe they feel like you could have been a potential love potential that they could have had, and maybe they feel like it was a lost opportunity, or maybe they feel like they didn't plan good enough to start things with you, or they didn't plan too far into this relationship. They didn't, like, they had a lack of foresight. I definitely think there was definitely some sort of lost opportunity. This person was a lost opportunity. And then we have fish. So the fish, since it's upright, I'm going to say more positive things. The fish in general is kind of like a very energetic, or not like energetic, but someone who's always on the move. Like move, like always on the move, always on go time. Like they could be someone who's constantly like always somewhere. Like you'll call them up and you'll be like, where you at? And they're like in Guam. Like they're like at McDonald's, or they're at a store, or they're hanging out with their buddies, or they're in the city, or they're upstate New York, or they're upstate, California, or like they're always somewhere. They're always like going. We have also their roaming lifestyle could be exhilarating, but it could also lead to weariness, like them being tired. Maybe like once in a while when they're not in their upright position. Right now I feel like towards this relationship they're upright. I think like they are constantly on the move. Maybe with you, maybe they take a lot of movement towards you. That could be something. Maybe they, because this is who they are in a relationship, not in general. I think they're constantly making moves towards you, like movements towards you. Whether it's like little things or big things, or asking you to hang out, or asking to bring you something, or bring you somewhere, or do any like thing for you. Maybe they're constantly doing things like that. Or maybe they're constantly busy. That could be something in this relationship. Okay, so with the fish, it also says this person can lead to, I think maybe in this relationship they're a very tired and slippery person, or they could be at times. That's what it says in reverse. So like whenever this person's in like their shadow element, they could be someone who's a little bit slippery, and maybe you can never really get them to hang out, or maybe you can't really get them to go out and do something with you, because maybe they'll be like a little slippery and slip out, or that could also be like a metaphor for how they are in relationships. So like maybe this person isn't very committed. I don't feel like they're like a committed person towards this relationship. Maybe they aren't looking for commitment. They aren't looking for anything serious. That could be something. I don't think they really plan towards. They don't plan for a future with you. Like there's definitely lack of opportunity or lack of foresight. Like, I think they don't see like the greatness, the potential that you have, and I don't think they really appreciate it either. I think it's definitely a lost opportunity they could have had. Yeah, so that could be something. The fish, so with the fish, I think this is, since it's upright, it says adaptable and travels well. I think since it's upright, I think this is person, they could, like I said, they could be a little bit like slippery at times or tired at times. But they're not right now. I think they're a person that may be constantly making moves towards you, constantly making moves, constantly making movement, or constantly doing stuff towards this connection. And I think they're a very adaptable person. So with adaptable, that means like someone who can change quickly or adapt to changes quickly, or challenges or issues or problems. Okay, so let's move on to person B. So this is, like I said, supposed to represent you. I didn't really talk about, like, I didn't say like, oh, you are, because yeah, I just honestly forgot. But yeah, this is supposed to represent you. This is them. It doesn't have to, like I said, for the millionth time. I feel like I have to repeat myself a million times. I'll stop doing it, I swear. So we have 10 of Pentacles and the Hangman. So with person B, we have gray eyes. We have like warmish tan skin. We have close set eyes. Their eyes could be like closer together than average. And we also have like somewhat of a bigger forehead. They could have a bigger forehead. We have the Hangman, the Snake, and 10 of Pentacles and the Bear. So this person in general could be a very contemplative person. I think they could definitely meditate a lot, or maybe contemplate a lot about things, or about maybe decisions. I feel like more specifically, I think this person definitely does take their time when making decisions. So we have, it's upright, pause, surrender, letting go, new perspectives. So this person is definitely very reflective. They may step away from a situation without attachment and look at things from a new perspective. So maybe in general, they tend to be someone who looks at the bigger picture. We also have someone who is highly creative, thinks out of the box, and can quickly find an alternative solution to any problem. This person can also be very in tune with their intuition and knows when to put something on hold when they feel that it isn't right. Also, I think that may be a little bit frustrating for others that prefer to follow a plan and stick to it, but in the end, the Hangman always prevails because they listened to their inner guidance. I think this person definitely has, in general, maybe some great intuition, and they could always feel when something's not right, and they always listen, or not always, but most of the time they do listen, and when they do listen to their gut, it's usually always right. We have the Snake here. I think with the Snake, there's a lot of earth here too. This person could definitely have earth placements, so Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. We also have the Hierophant. I think that may be a planet. We have fire and water here too, so this person could have significant or one of those placements. The Hierophant is Taurus. So this person could be a Taurus. The Hangman, I think, is a planet. It's Neptune. Okay, so you may have an earth sign in your Neptune. Whoever this is, person B could have a earth sign in their Neptune. So with the snake, it's someone who has internal like great potential, someone that has a lot of potential, creative potential, and it says a guardian of unawakened magic. So it's like someone who is here to protect your inner magic, like, and I think that's maybe when this person feels like something isn't right, they step back. So it's upright, so it says when in balance, prosperous, creative, and charismatic. So this person could definitely be someone who's very prosperous, very successful, and not like successful as in like has a lot of money, but more as like successful in their passions or whatever it is that their goals, whatever it is that they want to achieve throughout the day, or whatever they want to achieve throughout however long. Like they are always constantly achieving and setting new goals in life. They could be very creative and also charismatic. I think they could definitely be like charming, maybe like funny, flirty. Maybe they're a little bit flirty. And maybe also a little compassionate, I'm getting, for like others. With the Ten of Pentacles, well, let's look at the bear. So we have two earth signs. The bear in this connection, so who they are in this connection is someone who may be withdrawing, or feeling a lot of heaviness. Maybe there's a lot of stuff on their chest that maybe they want to share, or maybe there's a lot of like almost like a burden or something that's like on their chest right now, something that's like weighing them down, feeling heavy, feeling like there's like a heaviness, like some sort of heaviness or grogginess, like feeling like maybe a little bit tired, or just like not up to the standards they usually have. It's kind of like you're like late, you know, you're a couple steps behind, type of, you know, like yeah, like drogginess. So the whole story with the bear is like the bear, you know, its cycle is to wake up from its hibernation and continue life. It's almost like it's forced out of its hibernation. It's not like they can control it, and it's like almost this person, since it's in reverse, it's like they are resisting the waking up or the forced change. Maybe this person is resisting change towards this connection. Maybe they are afraid of change or some sort of change that will happen in this connection. They could definitely be a slower paced person, and maybe they feel like things are moving too quickly, and maybe they're like, oh, let's withdraw, let's calm down for a sec, let's slow this down a bit. They could also just maybe have withdrawn in general, like maybe you're not in contact with this person. I'm not sure exactly. Person B may not be in contact with person A. So So the Ten of Pentacles, upright. In this connection, there could definitely be something that what I'm getting is maybe they felt a gut feeling, something intuitive about this person that maybe they feel off. Like maybe they feel a little bit off about this person, and maybe that's why they're withdrawing. and they're like, I'm not sure quite yet about this person. And they're like, I'm going to trust my gut and stay with that. In this connection, though, this person is definitely, so, let's see. Personality-wise, they could be someone who is, maybe they're very successful in this relationship. Like, maybe they're very respected in this relationship. They're surrounded by wealth and abundance. Maybe this person looks up to this person, or who they are in the relationship is like, they are the abundance, they are the wealth, they are someone who is well respected and respects others, someone who is highly successful. Maybe they look at you as someone who has money. That could be a thing. Doesn't have to. I think also the Ten of Pentacles personality is eager to share profits and wealth with others. Maybe you're the type of person that likes to, you know, tell people your game plan with your finances, or maybe you invest in money and maybe you share the fact that you invest with them, or maybe you're willing to lend them money, or you're willing to buy things for them, or you're willing to share your money with them, you're willing to pay for things with this person. You don't care to share your profits with others, and you derive a deep sense of pleasure being able to contribute to other people's well-being, especially loved ones. The personality has this personality also has a strong family values and respect and honors tradition. This person could be more traditional, more like maybe conservative, I thought. And this one maybe be someone who's a little bit less of that, and maybe that's like a balance you guys find, or what you bring balance to. It's because you guys are like different in those aspects. I think this person could definitely have very strong family values. Maybe they have a lot of family, or their family's very important to them, and maybe in this relationship they see you as family, or like they view you as family, or maybe they did view person A as family. He believes in structure of the family, will place a high priority in ensuring family needs are met. They're also very mature enough to be committed to a long-term relationship, investment, career, or venture, because they know that the commitment will be repaid soon. Like they're willing to invest into something because they know that long term will be successful. And maybe that's how they see this connection or friendship. This doesn't have to be a relationship. This could be a platonic friendship that maybe you guys had or have. And I feel like that's how they view. I think they withdrew from this person, but I feel like they view this person as maybe they invested a lot of energy, or maybe they're the type of person that's kind of like, I'm withdrawing, but I'm not going to let you go. I'm kind of just like stepping back, but I'm willing to like, I invested a lot of time and effort into you, and I see a future of things. Like they see a future towards this connection type thing, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's what I have for the two people. Let's hop right into the reading. Okay, pile 3. So we're gonna shuffle your questions on camera in this reading. So let's shuffle this deck. Okay, I just had to pull out the questions. All right, so the first question we are going to ask, we're going to pull like 6 or 7 or 8 cards. So the first question is, what is the issue in this connection? What is the issue of this connection? 1, 2, 3. So we have the 9 of Cups came out. What needs to be done to fix it? We have the Star. What is the future of the issue if you were to fix it? We have the Wheel of Fortune as well as the King of Pentacles. I forgot to mention, I think person B, because I didn't read like the Black Newman, but I noticed it right after I ended it. The Black Newman reminds me of someone who may be feeling like they're drowning. So maybe person B is like generally a person that may feel like they're drowning a lot. Like maybe they are currently, or maybe they have a lot of like anxiety or stress a lot of the time. Maybe they're a very stressed out person. That could be a thing. Like generally, like they're constantly like stressed out. So we also have how they view the situation. So how do they view the situation? Person B. 1, 2. Okay, we have 3 of Wands. And how do you view the situation? 1, 2. We have Knight of Pentacles in reverse. All right, and then we're gonna ask 2 more questions. What is the future of the connection if you were to leave? 10 of Wands. And what is the future of this connection if you were to stay? 1, 2, 3. We have 5 of Swords. Okay. Now let's pull the other cards, oracles underneath it. All right, Oracle Prism color deck. So let's pull, we're going to pull a bunch of colored cards for all of these cards. Until these 2, we're going to pull some animal spirit cards. So the first one is idealization. The second one is to help us understand a little bit more about the star, please. We have stop. There's a lot of like red. Next one we have isolation, internal isolation. We have death. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, we have like Aquarius here. There could be an Aquarius, some sort of Aquarius. We have balance. Okay. And now let's see a card that represents who you will be if you were to leave. Like a card to show who you are if you were to leave. 1, 2, 3. Hyena. And a card to represent who you will be if you were to stay. 2, 3. The starfish in reverse. Okay, so I'm gonna pull some messages and charms now. And then some things that may want to be said. Okay, now let's get into this reading. Okay, so let's get into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. I'm a little confused of what the issue is, because we have the 9 of Cups, and the 9 of Cups is a pretty decent card. So maybe maybe there was a situation in the past that maybe there was some sort of indulgence, or maybe you guys spend a lot of time with each other to the point where it got like annoying, and maybe you guys constantly fought, or maybe there was like got tired of each other because maybe it was so good in the beginning and it was like everything you wanted, it was like a wish come true, so you spent so much time together, and then that, like, obviously life is like a cycle, so whatever is up must come down, and then you guys spent so much time together that you ended up facing like difficulties maybe, and it got really bad, like fighting constantly or something like that. If it doesn't resonate, ignore it, but I just felt the need to say that. Maybe that's what the issue was. Or maybe there was like some sort of indulgence in the past with this person. Maybe overindulging in something. Maybe it was like a drug. Because the reason why I say this, because we have heroin here. Or maybe it was like alcohol, maybe like overindulging alcohol with this person, and maybe that was an issue, and maybe there was an issue in the past that maybe isn't really present right now anymore. And we have the 9 of Cups. So maybe the 9 of Cups is like you guys are at like more of a better place. Like maybe you guys haven't really fixed things yet, but it's like not that big of a deal anymore. Like time has passed. We have idealization. So maybe the issue was idolization. Maybe you idolize this person. Maybe you thought it was a wish come true, or maybe you saw this person, or maybe someone put this person on a pedestal. Maybe there was someone who idolized this person and thought that they were, you know, a superhuman or super being that could do no wrong, and maybe they ended up doing wrong. And you know, what they did, whatever, wasn't, you know, good, because, you know, people make, it was a mistake that they made, and they should, you know, apologize, especially if it was towards you, but also know this person is human, and, you know, they will make mistakes in relationships. Every person, every friend you have, everyone will make mistakes, you know, Obviously, it depends on how much of a mistake it is and how far they push it. But maybe this person made like a mistake, and maybe you idolize this person to do no wrong, and like the second they did wrong, you push them away. And I'm saying this as if you are person B. So whoever person B is, I feel like they may have put person A on a pedestal. It could also be the other way around. It could be maybe person A put B on a pedestal or something. It's interesting how we also have the skin color. We have darker skin color here and then lighter skin color. So I would say maybe person A put person B on a pedestal and idolized them. And maybe that was the issue, is that they thought they put this person on a pedestal, and that may have been the issue. And maybe it was both way, maybe vice versa. Maybe you both put each other on pedestals, and then the second both of you guys make mistakes, it's like you're done with them. No excuses, like, you know, out of my life, quick. And maybe that was the issue. Like idolizing them, like maybe you looked up to them too much, that maybe you didn't allow yourself to set boundaries, healthy boundaries. Maybe another message, I'm just like, the issue is kind of, I don't really know what exactly the issue is. Maybe I could pull another card to help me understand. Let's pull another card. What is the issue of this relationship? Maybe it was like an illusion, you know, it was like a wish come true, this person, but turns out it was not, like it was all a facade, or you idolize them too much. And I feel like it's like, not that they tricked you, it's almost like you tricked yourself into thinking that they were, you know, out of this world type person. Give us another card to help us understand. We have Six of Wands. So you can't see it, but here it is. Six of Wands. So with the Six of Wands, let's see what that says. Six of Wands is success, public recognition, progress, and self-confidence. So public recognition could be definitely it. This is difficult. This is a tricky part. So maybe maybe they felt like the relationship was a wish come true, and they maybe idolized you a lot because of public recognition, and you gave them confidence. Because they had you, or kissed you, or had emotions towards you, or you had love towards them, they felt confident or gained self-confidence from that. And maybe public recognition as well. And maybe that's why that was the issue. That's what happened. That was what the issue was. Maybe this is a very specific message. So if it doesn't resonate, ignore it. I know I've been saying that a lot, and you're probably annoyed by it. I will stop saying it in my next readings. I just had to say it now, you know. this could be that maybe this person, if this is a love connection, or it could be a friendship too, maybe they wanted to be friends with you or wanted to be with you just because maybe you were top tier, 10 out of 10, or maybe people saw you, like other people saw you that way, so they saw you as an opportunity or like a wish come true, or like idolized you, and you talking to them or you being friends with them or you liking them, or maybe making a move towards them was a wish come true to them. And maybe they took it too far, because maybe it wasn't that they actually cared. It was more of like, I'm gaining public recognition, or I'm going to gain self-confidence or progress, or I'm going to make, waves or a movement, or it will be successful, like find success. Like, it's not about that they cared. It was more like for their own gain. It was about them rather than you. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, okay, so that's like somewhat, that's what I think. I'm not certain about what the issue exactly is, but there's definitely some sort of idolization that was the issue. Someone put someone on a pedestal and maybe didn't set proper boundaries, or maybe took advantage of an opportunity. Maybe. With the star and the stop card, so with the star is actually a pretty good card. I think this is talking about hope and faith. Like, in order to fix this connection or fix the issue, whatever is going on in this connection, you need to have hope and faith. Or some sort of renewal. Maybe like I think the only way to fix this connection is for you to hope that they'll change or be renewed, or like fix themselves or fix their mentality. And I think the stop card is saying like, stop. Like, don't try to fix things. Don't, chase after them. Don't go and try to fix things. I don't think they really cared about you. I think let's see more about these cards. Let's see a little bit more about them before I say that, because I'm not quite sure. I think they did care a little, but I don't think it's as much as you expected or wanted. I feel like it was more about their ego. I'm getting like ego, like this. I don't know why the death reminds me of like ego death. Yeah. So this star is like, it's just like saying like to have hope and faith, and that they'll find renewal or a purpose, or maybe like there's a purpose to have a future in this connection, I guess. But I feel like it's telling you to stop. Like, don't try to fix it. Stop trying to fix it. Don't fix it. It's okay. Leave it at how it is. We have dad. Maybe you talk to your dad about the situation or talk to them about it. We have ingot. This reminds me of like, we have 4-leaf clover. Like a metal. This reminds me of a metal. Maybe, I just thought of heart of gold. So maybe you have a heart of gold, and maybe you are really like hoping that this person would change, or hoping for the best, or hoping that this person maybe reach out and tried fixing things with you, or hoping and having faith, or hoping that this person would change and fix things. And it's like saying like, stop, don't, they're not going to change. Let them be, let them, they weren't who you expected from the beginning. The person you thought would be the person you thought that would, be nice or reach out or be mature. It's a realization for you to see that they weren't that person to begin with. And you may have saw them that way, or you idolized them that way. Turns out they weren't what you expected. They weren't the wish come true. They weren't, the nice guy. They weren't the mature human being, the person you respected, or had compassion for, or cared about. They were someone who, didn't really give two shits about you. Let me look a little bit more. I'm just kind of getting a vibe that they don't care. They don't care to fix things. We have gyros. Gyros could be significant. We have heroin. It doesn't have to be actual heroin. It could be, but it doesn't have to be. It could be maybe like a drug. Maybe you're addicted to seeing the best in people. That's something very specific. And that's not a bad quality to have. That's, honestly, that's like the sweetest thing ever. You are a good person and you're trying to see the best in everyone. And that's a great quality to have. But I feel like that's for some people. And this person, I don't think deserves your compassion or your forgiveness. You should forgive them for yourself so you can let go and move forward, but I don't think they deserve it. We have M or W here. This makes me think of I just thought of Minecraft for some reason, because we have ingot and M. So Minecraft, or maybe there's someone with an M name or a W name. Will. I just thought of Will, I just thought of I will see you. I'll see you later, maybe. That was the message. We have a little angel here. We have a Virgo. Someone could be a Virgo. We did get a lot of earth signs, so earth placements. So someone could definitely be a Virgo. That's significant. We have a skull. We have JD. Maybe that's initials, or DJ. Maybe that's someone's a DJ. We have an X. We have a little flower. We have a butterfly. We have a little bee. We have injection. We have ignorant. I'll talk a little bit more about them. I just want to... We have forest. We have jester. We have 8, 2, T, bunny. We'll get more into that. Okay, so the next one is, if you were to, I guess, keep having faith or hoping for a renewal, or maybe even you reaching out to fix things with them, what will the future be like if that were to happen? We have the Wheel of Fortune, which says in reverse, bad luck, resisting to change, and breaking cycles. So I think you'll definitely be someone who is I think you may... Okay. Excuse me. I think you may have... it might be... the only positive note from this, if you were to fix things with them, I feel like is... you would be breaking cycles. maybe there's a cycle that you have where maybe with like specifically friends, maybe you have cycles where you become friends with someone, they do you wrong, and then you block them or distance yourself rather than communicating. So maybe this would be like a message saying the only positive note you would get from fixing things with this person is that you would be, like, you know, pat yourself on the back because you were able to communicate your feelings and fix things with this person. But on the other hand, this person is not going to change. They're going to I feel like they are resisting to change. Or I don't know, like, I think they are someone who's not going to change, and I feel like they aren't changing, or they're still stuck in this pattern. I think if you were to communicate and fix things with them, this would be breaking the cycle of maybe you constantly, of like when people do you wrong, instead of withdrawing, you're, you know, going out to communicate. So that would be breaking the cycle. But I feel like even though you were to fix things, I feel like things would happen again because they haven't changed. Like, they're still the same maturity and they will still disrespect you or do the same thing you told them not to. Like, they will literally, whatever you say and whatever you say, like, upset you, they don't care. Like, I feel like they would repeat it. Like, they would do it again. So, I'm kind of making this person out to be a bad guy. I don't think they're a bad person. Let's King of Pentacles. I need to stop doing that. King of Pentacles. So, I don't think they're a bad person. I just think that when it comes to this relationship, they aren't putting in the effort. With the King of Pentacles in reverse, so they could definitely be financially inept, obsessed with wealth and status, and stubborn. So I definitely think for some of you, like I said, I think they'll be stubborn to change. I don't think they will actually change. Whatever you were upset about and whatever you tried fixing, like if you were to resolve and come to them and be like, hey, like, let's fix things, and they're like, yeah, sure, whatever, they will be stubborn and they'll still be the same person. Like, they won't change. Like, they'll be resisting to change or change to your liking. A specific message I'm getting is there could be someone, I don't know if this is part of it definitely could be. Maybe there's someone, maybe person A specifically is doing drugs or into drugs, or spending a lot of money on drugs. And maybe person B financially provides for them or gives them the money, or, you know, is like, hey, like, let me give you some money, and then this person spends it on drugs. That could be a message. It could be possibly a father figure, more specifically, like, maybe you have a father figure or a son, or some sort of son, like younger, like male, that could be doing that. Like a rebellious teenager, maybe. So that could be a message. Maybe this isn't even about a relationship. This is more of like a relationship between a like provider and their kid, that may be doing drugs. That could be for a small, maybe one person out there who's watching this video. Maybe that message was for you. So, because the reason why I say that is because we have injection and we have heroin. So that can be something. Overall, though, I think we have the isolation in reverse. Maybe if you were to fix things, or maybe you have hope or faith, like, for the drug scenario that I was saying, like, if someone's spending all their money on drugs and they may be addicted to drugs, or constantly spending their money on it, maybe you are having a lot of faith or hope that this person will change, and you're with, maybe the issue is you're hoping and idolizing them that they would change, and it's like they don't care to change. And maybe the reason why they did drugs to begin with was because it gave them self-confidence, and they overindulged in drugs, and maybe that gave them public recognition. Maybe their friends were doing it, and it gave them satisfaction because other people were doing it. Yeah, that's a message for some of you. So besides the whole possible influence of that, if you were to fix things with this person and maybe give them hope, or hope that they'll change, or even you make the effort to change them, or reach out to them and say, hey, like, I don't want you to do this or do that, and that. I want to, fix things. So in order for us to fix things, you can't do this, or you can't say those things to me, or something like that. That's like setting a boundary. And I feel like this person will be stubborn and will be resisting to change. And it will definitely be a difficult route, because I don't think this person is looking to change. I don't think they care to change. And if they don't, no matter how hard you try, the sad thing about it is, you can try so hard to help someone, so hard to change someone, but if they aren't willing to change and change for the better, there's nothing you could really do. They have to have the power, they have to have the strength and the determination to want to change. And it sucks, because it's like, you could try so hard to change a person, but it really matters what they want, what they're willing to do, what they are, if they are ever wanting to seriously change. As someone who had a family member who was addicted to substance, I can completely relate to this topic. You could only do so much. You could give them the advice, you could help out as much as you can, but in the end, they have to make the full, complete effort and change. I feel like this is the after effect, internal isolation. I think this could represent that maybe you, or maybe them, will be more reluctant to share things about themselves. Like, maybe they'll be more withdrawn still. Like, I think there'll still be withdrawal. I think maybe this person maybe they won't come to you and talk to you about everything, or maybe you won't come to them and talk to them about everything that I'm getting from the isolation. I also think that this could also mean maybe this will end in isolation no matter what. Like, they will... I just thought of like emptiness, feeling empty. I feel like this would end in emptiness. This could also just be maybe I'm not really sure. Maybe like that I really don't think that this would bring you guys closer together, like fixing things, because I do think that this person is stubborn. And we do have isolation. If it were to be like closeness, or, you know, like fully fix things and fix the relationship, we would see love, the love card, or we would see comfort, or we would see more like color and something to do with like growth, or we even have a growth card and it didn't come out. What came out instead was isolation. You know, I don't think fixing things is right now the best decision. I don't think you need to, and I don't think that they're going to. Okay, so we have the bee. The bee could be significant. Usually whenever I see like little animals or insects, I usually take this as something, a meaning within itself. For me, whenever I see butterflies, I think of transformation, a change. And I think you may change, but they may not. Or maybe there's a lack of change. There will be a resistance of change for you. Maybe you're constantly forgiving people who step over you or disrespect you or not listen or, you know, undermine your needs. And maybe for them, it's like they're not going to change their habits or, yeah. So I think there may be a lack of transition, and what needs to be is transformation. Well, the bee could represent maybe somebody you know, maybe a bee is significant. Somehow we have Three of Wands and the Death, so how they view the situation. So Three of Wands is progress, expansion, foresight, overseas opportunities. So I think this person maybe sees this as I think this person is okay. Dang. This person is very okay. If this is like your kid or someone you may be like taking care of, I think they're very ignorant and they have a rude awakening coming. A one that's gonna slap them across the face. Like, so we have for the Three of Wands, it says progress, expansion, foresight, overseas opportunities. I think this person sees this as an opportunity. They see this as like, oh, this person, you know, distanced themselves or maybe exited this relationship or was upset with me or stopped talking to me, or ended things. Maybe if this is a love connection, maybe the fact that you finally ended things and didn't come running back to them, they saw this as like an opportunity, like, oh my god, finally I got rid of them. You know, like, they literally, like, ignorant. Like, they are ignorant. I know that's, like, really, I know that's, like, mean, but I feel like this person is mean. Like, maybe not mean, like, maybe not like, oh, I got rid of them, but more of like, now I'm free to do whatever it is that I want. I don't think that they will have a rude awakening and finally realize what they lost. Give it time. They're still waiting for an ego death. I think their ego is the size of the hills, literally, like, or the size of a crib. You know that Drake song where he's like, ego size of a crib? This dude's ego is as big as the fucking ocean. Like, I keep saying he, but it's a depiction of a he. This person thinks that, you know, finally you left and stopped things with them, that now it's like they have overseas opportunities. They have more opportunities to maybe see new people or travel more or maybe go further or maybe like have the freedom to do whatever it is that they want. Person A could be someone who, like I said, rebels a lot. So maybe they're not like the type of person that likes to have parents telling them what to do. Maybe they're like a rebellious teenager. They don't listen to their parents. They may have troubles with the cops, or maybe they, because it says it in the book. That could be something. So maybe that's like finally the parental figure is gone out of their life. Now they have more freedom to do what it is that they want. And they're ignorant. And that's like, they're just stupid. They're stupid to think that that's, you know, correct, because they're going to get themselves into big trouble if they think that, you know, there's no consequences to their actions. So I'm thinking you're more of like a parental figure. Like, you may not be a parent. You could be their partner or like friend, or maybe even like girlfriend, boyfriend, or significant other, where you did have some sort of like parental authority to them. And maybe the fact that things ended, or you guys aren't talking as much, or the fact that the situation is more open-ended, they see it as an opportunity, like it's a new opportunity for better things. Like they see it as something good, that this has ended. I think they are definitely in for a transformation. They're in for a big change. They're in for a possible transformation. They're in for something that can, a drastic, impossible tower moment that will come, that may change them if they're looking to change it, if they're looking to change themselves. The death makes me feel like it was a death of a situation. It was a death of possibly a relationship or connection. And it's like it's not actually a positive death. It wasn't like they learned from it. It wasn't like they grew as a better person. It wasn't like they became a better person. It was almost like nothing changed. They're still the same person. They're still gonna be the same person. The only thing that's different is that now they have more freedom to do what it is that they please. Yeah. Okay, so the next one we have is the Knight of Pentacles. I've been talking for so long in this freaking reading. Jesus Christ. Okay. I've literally talked so long. Jesus. Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Self-discipline, boredom, feeling stuck, perfectionism, and we have balance. So one thing about person B, so with person B, I think this person may I need to stop being so hard. Like, I need to stop being so hard on one person in the reading, because my viewers, you may resonate with the other person, and I don't want you to feel bad. This person, I don't think is a bad person. I don't think they're a bad person. I really don't. I think maybe in this situation, they may have made a lot of mistakes. I think they may not be seeing things truly or clearly. I don't think they really realize the depth, or they're not seeing, I feel like they're not accepting or taking responsibility for their actions. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't feel like they also, I feel like this person in particular doesn't really care about this connection as well, whether it's a friendship, relationship, you know, family relationship. Okay, so yeah. Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles, I think person B, which is supposed to represent you, or you may be person B, but this is supposed to be how you see the connection, how you see the situation. I think you could definitely be feeling bored. Maybe this person brought you a lot of excitement, and maybe you're feeling bored recently because maybe this connection has ended, and maybe this person brought a lot of fun to your relationship. I think also you may be feeling stuck because you're not really know whether to go forward with this connection and fix things, or whether to go, stay or to go. You're not really sure. You're feeling stuck. I think also self-discipline with that. I think you may be trying to discipline yourself. You may be going through a lot of growth, you may be finding more balance into your life right now. I think you could be, maybe you withdrawed, or you're kind of like, you're taking care of yourself, and you're trying to make yourself a better person. You're trying to find, you're disciplining yourself. You're sticking to obeying the goals you set for yourself and the restrictions you set. Like, for example, not fixing things with this person, allowing them to try and fix things with you. And that's like, you're disciplining yourself not to be a pushover or allow people to take advantage. You are sticking with your guns, putting your foot down, and teaching this person a lesson also. Like, disciplining them as well, I'm getting. Okay, so I'm also getting perfectionism. You could be struggling with perfectionism in this relationship. This person isn't perfect, and you can't expect them to be, but I think also it's okay to ask for things, the bare minimum. I think with every situation it's different. Like, you can't expect people to change. It's a positive thing when people change, but not everyone is going to change. And this person may be that type of person. Not sure though. They may in the future. They may change in the future. But right now, I'm not seeing anything. I think also perfectionism, you may be feeling a lot of pressure to be perfect as well in your life about yourself. Maybe you're struggling with perfectionism when it comes to your appearance, personality, your schoolwork, anything, or your work life. You're like struggling with trying to be perfect and with yourself, and maybe you need to, appreciate and the things you achieved, and acknowledge the things that, and acknowledge that you aren't perfect. You are human like the rest of us. Everyone makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect, and no one will ever be perfect, and I think that's something that you may also need to reflect on. So, and maybe you're trying to be the perfect person and fixing yourself and reflecting so much on yourself and contemplating things about yourself and what you could do better, and know that it's good to do that, but find a balance. It's okay to, whatever it is that you need to reflect on, to push it to the side and let it be. Like, you can make mistakes once in a while. Like, it's okay. You're not perfect. It's all right. Take your time. You don't need to rush into fixing every little thing about yourself. There's always gonna be a list of things to improve on, and it's okay to relax, sit down, and focus on something else that makes you happy, and put that on the sidelines, put it on the waiting list. Okay, so now on to if you were to leave and if you were to stay. The Ten of Swords, the Ten of Wands, excuse me, is burden, extra responsibility, hard work, and completion. I think leaving the connection and not fixing things, maybe, I think would also be, I think leaving the connection in general will bring a burden and hard work to possibly get over. I think it would be very difficult to possibly to let go, or find forgiveness or move past it. I think it will be hard work and it will be a burden. You may have, regrets, or you may look back and feel guilty about it, or you'll look back and maybe think, oh, I could have done this, and this better. But I feel like, Jesus, just like ripped a freaking piece of skin. I feel like that's with every end of a connection and relationship. It's gonna be hard. Giving the relationship cold turkey and leaving, maybe even without a word, will be hard, and you may at first regret it, but trust me, in the future, I feel like it's best in the long run. I think you'll become a happier, funnier, wittier, less into the drama, or you'll have less issues. I feel like there'll be less problems or drama or problematic things in your life. I feel like overall it's like a good message. The hyena is someone who is witty, charming, and fun to be around. Maybe you'll end up finding new friends, if this is a friend connection, or finding a new partner to be charming and witty with, or flirting with, flirtatious with. You may be more funny or witty or sarcastic with other people, you'll maybe be able to be more yourself. Your genuine, authentic self may come out. We have K. We have a little, not really sure exactly what this is. This reminds me of like a shoe brand. I forgot what it was called. We have a little bunny here. Maybe you're having anxiety about the future, and this is saying, like, don't worry about it. We have, or maybe you're being very pessimistic about the future, and this is saying, like, don't worry about it. Maybe, we have 2 bunnies. Oh my god. Bunnies could be significant. Maybe someone in your life you call Bunny, or bunny, maybe you have a bunny. Maybe you're feeling anxiety or very pessimistic about the future, and this is saying, like, about leaving. And I think this is saying, like, you'll find more, maybe you'll be very, like, maybe you'll joke around a lot about the situation and, like, be more funny and witty about it and sarcastic about it. I think you'll bring more fun into your life. I definitely think it'll be hard work, and a burden will be on you, and maybe it will be a past, it maybe become past resentment that you may have difficulties letting go. But I think at some point you will. We have 8 and 2. 2 talks about duality, compassion, companionship. Maybe this is like saying it'll be hard work to let go of this relationship, or this strong connection you had. But trust me, there will be someone else that will come your way that will bring you abundance, as well as partnership, companionship, and compassion. We have pray for us with a little, like, religious token thing, and it says for Christopher. Someone's name could be Chris, and it says pray for us. Maybe you said pray for them, and yeah, T, we have T, and then we have S and a Christmas thing. And then this is the scenario if you were to stay. So we have 5 of Swords. Oh, jeez. We have Forest too. I'm not really sure exactly what a forest is. Maybe you will have more fun, or maybe you'll hang out with friends in a forest, or something of that kind, that nature. Something about a forest. I'm not quite sure exactly. So 5 of Swords. Reverse, reconciliation, making amends, past resentment. I think a positive note of fixing things with this person and staying with this person, or staying with this connection, is that you'll be able to have a reconciliation. Like, there will be making, like, you will make amends with this person. You will, like, make an amends, and it'll, you know, be easier on your heart, or there will be less weight for you to carry. There will be less of a burden, because, you know, you didn't leave as with no word or no communication or withdrawal, or you communicated and fixed things possibly maturely. But I feel like still deep down there may be some past resentment or internal anger that you'll have for this person. Because I feel like the only way for you to really let it go is if they were to change and not making the same mistake over and over again, especially if you were to stay. But I feel like they'll make the same mistake over and over again, and that will keep your past resentment there. So I definitely think you will keep the resentment, and it also may make you into a gossiper. So we have starfish. So starfish in reverse talks about a gossiper. Maybe if this is a friend connection, maybe like you'll gossip about this person behind their back. And it may make you feel empty. Like you may feel like still empty about the whole situation. Like this. I think this is the same thing. Like this here is saying the same thing. Like you'll make amends, you'll break the cycles, but they're still going to be the same person. And you're still going to end up feeling isolated, feeling alone, possibly gossiping, and feeling empty. You'll feel empty either way, you know, whether you stay or to go, because this person is not bringing you anything to work off of. We have a little like Christmas thing, an S. If this is like a situation where this is a son and you are a parent, I think with these messages, I think this is more of like you'll still feel some sort of anger towards them, because I think it will be hard for them to change, and they probably won't. It'll take some time for them to change, and it won't they may never, but I feel like, and I definitely think they'll probably have some distance with you. Like in general, I think there will still be a distance between the both of you, and it may make you feel empty because this person may not be as close to you as it once were. Like I still feel like there will still be a distance. But I feel like I think if this is a parent and child situation, I think you should wait a little bit longer for them to maybe see for themselves some real life experiences, and maybe experience something that could possibly help them change. They need to learn for themselves before you forgive and quickly take them back into the safety net. I think they have a lot to learn, and especially since they're a very rebellious person, I think they have to figure things out on their own, because they're not going to listen. Which sucks, because I know you want to protect them, but I think they need to learn on their own. And I think you need to give them the time and the space that they need in order to do that. But yeah, I think you're a very compassionate person, and I think you love them dearly and you want to help them in any way possible. And I love that about you. You are a very kind, sweet-hearted person. Give them the time to see things and experience things, to understand where you come from a little bit better, and why you have, you know, the fear and wanting to protect them. Okay, I talked way too long about this freaking reading. Thank you so much. I'll see you in one of my next ones. Love you. Bye.